Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 13th installment of Color Commentary, late night on the Finns Tailgate. Appreciate everybody being here. We got schedules. We know where we're going. Once again, the Dolphins will open with the New England Patriots at home. This time on 9/11. We got new tape came out that Tyreek put out for us to see Tua, backing him up fully as his wide receiver. Looking good. Falcons coach, all in on Mariota. There's a new face over at Football Night in America, and it may surprise some people as to what that face looks like. We got Anthony Munoz in the in Hall of Fame news again. Panthers looking at Cam Newton, wanting to kick the tires on him again, and another NFL player arrested out in Colorado. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. But first, I want to thank everybody for being here. Want to encourage everybody to like, share, subscribe. It gets the word out. It lets everybody know y'all are here talking, gives you more people to talk to. Gathers more Dolphin fans together. I know we're late tonight because there's been a lot of shows on tonight. Internet's been saturated with schedule talk. We all know that. I just want to, like I always do, everybody, pump the brakes. We'll talk about the schedule. We'll get there, and I'll make my predictions. We'll get some of yours. But I want to just make sure everybody realizes that this schedule absolutely means nothing as to how we're gonna perform this year. That'll be my first little bit on that. But like I said, please like and share. If you're on any of the other platforms, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, encourage you to come over, catch us on YouTube, like and subscribe. Helps us out. Go back to whatever platform you love watching us on. That's great. Also, every Tuesday night, you can catch Tonk TMI and myself for TMI Tuesdays. I'll usually try to run an open mic after that. We got myself, like tonight, on Thursday nights, usually about 10 o'clock. Like I said, we went a little late tonight because of all the schedule talk on everywhere. And coming soon, we have my latest subscriber. By the way, I just got the notification. Ali, the one and only Persian. Y'all can see him in chat. Y'all talk to him. Y'all know him. He's going to fire something up Saturday night. Should be a really fun show. It's going to kind of keep it a little more chill, a little closer talk, but about anything. And I look forward to see what he's got on tap. I also look forward to joining him to have somebody for him to bounce stuff off of. I understand he'll pull people up, but it's a little more one at a time type deal, and we'll get into some pretty good gut talks, I'm sure, because I enjoy talking to Ali. I think he's a great individual and very interesting individual to talk to. So, let's go ahead and get started. Broncos wide receiver Jerry Jeudy has been arrested by sheriff's deputies in Arapahoe County in Colorado on Thursday. Jeudy, age 23, is being held at the Arapahoe County Jail on charges of second-degree criminal tampering with a domestic violence enhancer. The violations are considered to be a misdemeanor. Jeudy is currently on a no bond hold, meaning he will have to appear in front of a judge before he can be released. According to NFL Network's James Palmer, and by the way, this article was posted by Jelani Scott 5 hours ago on SI.com. Thank you very much to him. But according to NFL Network's James Palmer, Jeudy was taken into custody earlier in the day around 12 p.m. Mountain Time. No further details have been released at this time. So we can only speculate as to what those charges mean. I'm not going to go further on it, but that's the news. We'll see what happens with Mr. Jeudy. Looks like one down for Russell if that exacerbates into anything bigger. But it's only a misdemeanor, so I'm sure it would probably only warrant minor consequences for him in the NFL. And so, also, ladies and gentlemen, I did forget to mention, if you need anything from Fanatics, who has all the officially licensed gear, you can hit the link in the description below. Let them know we sent you over there. It's kind of a minor little step just to help us out. If you don't mind, it's greatly appreciated. We also got our own stuff going on right now too. Wear it. Find out. You got to find out. You're not going to find out who's in your neighborhood unless you start representing. So who knows? But I also want to thank everybody in the chat. Ali, of course, California, first one in tonight. Always coming. Carla, appreciate you being here. Big Papa, yeah, Big Papa. It's going to be a great game already. I went today I went on Ticketmaster to buy tickets, and there's none of my usual front stuff available for less than $500. Well, there's some on the sun side, we'll call it, for in the 200 range, but even the upper decks are like already getting to be up to $120. So get them now. That place is selling out fast already. It's going to be on 9/11, and I'll touch on that later on when we talk about schedules. But McGoda Valoa, appreciate you coming tonight. Always catch you over on a couple other places, but TD's channel as well. Glad to see you here tonight. Tommy, Von Joe, always holding it down, clinging and clanking in the morning. Iceman, AV, appreciate you being here, AV. Shake Money, always. Jay, the one and only Tony Pepperoni, So apparently the Panthers aren't done with Cam Newton yet. And it kind of explains a little why there was so much inaction at the quarterback position throughout free agency and the draft on their part. We here at the Finn's Tailgate have already kind of all come into agreement back rooms that the Panthers were probably either making a play for Watson, or if we made a play for Watson, they would have made a play for Tua. But they still didn't do anything else, and they didn't do anything in the draft. And it kind of, for me, it kind of begged a little question. Are they really in on Sam Darnold? How you doing, Aqua? David Cora. So SI also posted, from Wilton Jackson posted, Cam Newton's still on Carolina's radar for a potential return to the franchise. Panthers general manager Scott Fitterer appeared on Florio's show, Pro Football Talk, and explicitly stated that the possibility of Newton joining the team once again is attainable. Fitterer and the free agent quarterback were both at the Kentucky Derby. The two were texting throughout the race, and he said the lines of communication are open between him and Newton. I'm not going to go into it deeper than that. He said he knows Coach Rue has spoken with him. Well, we're going to have a discussion at some point, but they're not quite there yet. See how it goes. He's a leader. It's going to be up to Cam in that regard. I'm kind of interested in what you guys think after we took it to him last year pretty good. Cam Newton seemed to be no threat to our defense at all. I don't know. Of course, we're not facing them, so it doesn't matter. But it's just interesting, just from our perspective, since having faced them recently, we may have a little more insight in that topic. So I think that's kind of interesting. Go Cam, if he wants to play, he wants to play, and let him, because he's still a great quarterback. I mean, the guy's got attributes that don't just go away. I mean, if Tom Brady's still playing at 40-something years old. But, like it's always been for him, if he can get that ball down and just, he'd be brutal. You all know what Cam's attributes are, Either case, apparently NFL legend Anthony Munoz has a new job with the Hall of Fame, according to the Associated Press, also posted on SI. Y'all got to get to SI.com. They actually have a lot of news. They have all the updated headlines. Great reporters over there. Great articles. I've been bringing them to y'all on my show and on TMI on Rapid Color. They're not a pay for you. You don't get blocked by a paywall. So sure, it makes their site a little messy, but it's clean as far as the ads go. It's not like brutally messy. You know what I mean? So get over there and check them out, si.com. That's where I bring you all my news from. So out of Canton, Ohio, Pro Football Hall of Fame has hired Anthony Munoz as its first chief football relationship officer. The Hall said Thursday that the 1998 inductee will engage with current and prospective business partners and sponsors, be involved in philanthropic efforts for the museum, promoting the Hall's mission and initiatives. He will report directly to Hall of Fame President Jim Porter. Quote, "I'm excited to step into this role, and I do so with great humility," Munoz said. The Hall is about the game of football, about people. Everything that's included in the Hall of Fame is why I'm excited to be a part of this team. Porter said Munoz will help open doors for the Hall as it strives to build relationships and expand its reach nationally. So that's pretty cool. Good for Munoz. He was a great player for the Cincinnati Bengals back in the day when I was growing up, throughout the Marino years and later. Great individual, and I'm glad to see that he continues to pay it forward for the Hall of Fame. So NBC has announced, and this is according to Madison Williams, great articles, always, over at SI also. Maria Taylor named as NBC's new host of Football Night in America. So Maria Taylor has officially been named Mike Tirico's replacement to host Football Night in America on NBC. The former ESPN anchor joined NBC last summer after Taylor and her previous network couldn't reach an agreement on a contract. Taylor was then introduced as a co-host of Football Night in America with Tirico, Tony Dungy, and Drew Brees. Typically, she would host the show when Tirico was working as the play-by-play announcer for Sunday Night Football. Now that Tirico is the full-time play-by-play announcer on Sunday nights following Al Michaels' move to Amazon Prime, Taylor earned the promotion. Quote, Maria is the perfect choice to carry the legacy forward of anchoring the most watched studio show in sports. NBC Sports executive producer Sam Flood via NBC's press release. So good for NBC, good for Maria. I've always loved listening to her. She's great, a great commentator, great journalist. Shout out to her. So also, apparently, the Falcons' Arthur Smith clear on current starting QB after NFL draft, according to Wilton Jackson at SI. Looks like they are heading in full boat with Marcus Mariota. That's all I'll say about that. I really cannot see why they would do that. This is not much different than Jacksonville rolling with Blake Bortles back then, but I guess, whatever. So Rosen slighted again, I suppose. That's kind of interesting. And of course, that will do it for the news. Once again, please everybody like and share. Get the word out. Creator of all, how you doing? How you doing, Aqua? Miss Fins, glad you're here. Always appreciate Miss Fins and the work help she gives us out of the kindness of her heart. Great Dolphin fan. So that does it for the news. We're going to move on to the Tyreek tape. I don't have it queued up. I think El Cap fell asleep on me tonight, so I'm producing alone and hosting. And I just didn't pull it up. We've all seen it. Everybody knows what they've seen. We could watch it again later if you want, once I open up the panel, but it's not required for me to make a statement on it. First of all, wow. Now that's what I want to see. First of all, from Tua, great looking throws. You know what I noticed? Now this could be something that, maybe the Dolphins are just kind of leading us along in this story. I don't really understand sometimes. I took the same position of Pat McAfee, like, really, Dolphins, what are you doing? And it could be a case where Tyreek is probably just as much ashamed of the media department as he is of the fans for making a big deal out of it. Because that's what it seemed like based on his response. He just was like, hey, guys, chill out. And, as Carla pointed out, why? Like, quiet down. You know what I mean? It's just, everybody knows how I feel. I know Tua throws short. I get it. We've seen that in game. We don't need to speculate on a video that we really weren't on the field for and don't know much about. Everybody is absolutely right in that. It was stupid, but it was equally stupid for the Dolphins to put it out in the first place, unless their goal is to get us talking to each other, which obviously benefits them in the long run. It's 11:30 at night on May 12th in the dead of the off season, and we're talking Miami Dolphins football. And again, appreciate all of you for being here to do that. It's you guys are the true fans, except for Sal. Welcome, Sal. Sal knows what I mean. I think you all know Sal. Either case. So if judging on the throws, one thing I do want to say from a technical standpoint is the way his arm is moving and the way the ball is coming out of his arm is markedly different than the way it has been. And a lot of it is partly why his balls kind of, it's not that he's not strong enough to get the ball down the field. It's that the way the ball is coming out of his hand, and obviously his mechanics, you can fix the hit mechanics, which we know he has, but you still have to like remember how it was really to throw a proper football if you've, for whatever reason, developed bad habits. And partly the way that ball comes out is why it holds up short. You know, the sailing is actually the same phenomena that pulls it up short. It's the trajectory that comes out of the hand and causes it to do that. So even on a short throw, it looks like a sailing football, but on a long throw, it looks like one that just hangs up. But those videos we saw today, the way the ball was coming off his hands, it's almost as if, now this could have happened months ago. It's not like it happened from the video we saw the other day to today's video. I'm not saying that, because any one of these videos could have been made weeks or months ago. That's beside the point. But it seems like there is a marked difference. Like somebody actually, whether it was in him or not, and it just came, or whether somebody came to him and said it, or came to him and drew it out, whatever. The way the ball is coming off his hand it shows me the one thing that is probably his biggest flaw in the way he throws the football and how it's manifested on the field is command. And those balls coming out like that and like very, very decisive throws out in front of the receiver, which is obviously what they wanted us to see and what Tyreek wanted us to see. And thank you for Tyreek for that. I'm not knocking him for that. I think Tyreek is right in everything he said and the actions he took for his teammate. So good for him. That's really, really encouraging. That part of it is, forget the tape. You know, Tyreek is saying, look, you guys got things to clean up as an organization down here. That's what I'm here for as well. He knows what a winning organization is. He's spent 6 years with one. You know, so it's really encouraging. And those videos, I know they're hype videos for all of the people that expect me to say, they're just propaganda. Yeah, you're right. But the physical event still happened. And it's still, you see what I'm saying? So we can still analyze and judge the physical event. And those throws are looking really, 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 really good. And the more and more I see that, I get it, Sal, and I know where it's coming from for you, so I respect that quite a bit, and I get that too. But that's all we really have to go on right now, because even the underwear Olympics, as Crypto likes to call them, I've been able to critique a lot of his throws in those videos too. What the first videos that started come out this off season, I was more kind of looking at, hey, how's the hip doing? Has the golf paid off in the way that I thought its purpose was for in the first place? Forget whether he on the side along the way took a really serious liking to the game and you know devotes all his time to it. We could forget all that, but that was first and foremost. But the ball, even in those underwear shots, were kind of looking still like, hey, you know, we need to fix some things. You know, but I didn't want to harp on it at the time because, you know, given the platitudinal reputation that's been created about me, I didn't want to exacerbate, you know, a negative image about Tua when it comes to me. So, you know, I do try to believe the best in people. And either case, that all aside, you know, it's really about like the curl, like, and it's kind of interesting that I made fun of it a little bit with the whole Strevler thing. Yeah, Carla says golf is the backup plan. Hey, not a bad backup plan if he actually is good at it. You know, I mean, Tua could be making business decisions we don't even know about, people. Remember me, I like the human aspect of everything, and that's bringing it right there. Either case, Strevler, with his whole how to throw a football video. Now, I'm not saying that Tua needed that per se, or that he didn't know it, like that it wasn't preaching to the choir for him to watch a video like that. But I've been throwing the football in the backyard, first of all, in my high school stint, and then in the backyard. I wasn't a quarterback, but as a wide receiver, it's kind of like understanding the physics of a football. You can kind of do either. And that's why you see a lot of these wide receivers that are able to make decent throws on the double passes. But which was a role we did have for me in high school. But, just throughout my life, I still, it's a hobby of mine to I know it's kind of weird, but I'll sit out in the backyard and just throw at a net, and whatnot. If I have somebody to throw to, I love it because catching is definitely my craft. Oh, look at these hands, you know what I mean? So anyway, so I've kind of really gained a very keen understanding of not just football throwing mechanics, but the football mechanics itself at the physical level. And I'm just saying, like, I'm really impressed with that video. I really am. Beyond it being a hype video, like, I'm impressed by this dude who shall remain nameless just for the purposes of making this point. I'm impressed by this dude, pads on or not, the way he was throwing that football. If that was in the backyard of mine, I would have a great time catching those balls. Like, I would be like, oh, this is great. I'd make an afternoon out of it. And it's the same I said with the training videos earlier, like with the ones in the gym. Look, that athlete in those videos, no matter what his name is, looks like he could serve as well as a quarterback in the NFL. So we'll see what happens on that. Thank you, Tyreek, a true wide receiver. Speaking to another wide receiver. Thank you very much for that video. I appreciated that. And it's quite encouraging. Like and share, everybody. Reminder. And thank you again, everybody, for being here. I'm going to move on from that subject matter because I don't want to stir a big old pot. The hater's going to hate, the lover's going to love, and the rest of us in between are just going to go along hoping and believing the best in people. So done with that. Now we're going to get into schedule talk, the fun talk, the talk everybody's been talking all night. First of all, oh, I've heard it all day. Oh my gosh, man. I've been waiting to do this show all day. I was like, everybody's running long. Everybody, I gotta push it back to 11. Man, I've been waiting for this show all day. I'm going to say it like I said. I've been saying this for, gosh, since I first showed my face on YouTube, I've been saying this. At some point, the players got to play, people. It does not matter if you're on a skiff out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, 11 on 11, you still have to execute. And the team that executes wins the ball game. So I am not like one of these people that's like, I am just been doing this my whole life. What, like fandom, my whole life that I can remember that mattered to me. And I used to be like that as a kid. And even into my adulthood, it was like, going to Buffalo in December, going to New England. You know what I mean? Like, Travel. The travel's probably the worst, and we do have it tough this year. But all 32 teams got things to face. Every single one of them. We complain about not getting night games, which obviously, I think we should a little more, but we also have to earn it, And plus, for those that think that we got shafted, the news is that they are allowing Monday night games to be flexed this year, later in the season. So let's earn some this year. We can flex our way into Monday night or prime time. But this notion that we have to have the perfect situation to win a ball game with weather and whatever else, nah, that ain't me. I'm sorry. I don't roll that way. We've improved our roster dramatically. Some would say we've improved our coaching. We'll see. None of us know. But if the people that fault Flores for all the things they fault him for, like I'm talking about the on the field stuff, like timeouts, when to call, that stuff, game management. A lot of people really hammer Flores for that. And me as a Flores supporter through all of this, everybody knows that. I've never been able to argue with them on that point. Never. Because whether there was reasons behind it or who knows what, just straight incompetence, it doesn't matter. But those problems did exist. What's up, Crypto? How you doing, buddy? And thank you, Paul, for coming out. Mike C. Anybody else moseying on in? Appreciate you coming. Yeah, I saw that, Aqua. I reported it. Well, it was kind of, we don't really know much details, and the charges are kind of vague. But they're misdemeanor charges. Yeah, so I mean, man, I'm more of the thought of like New England. Game 1 in Miami on 9/11. The Patriots on 9/11, people. That scares me more than the team. Given what I know about professional sports these days. We need to overcome that. We're going to have to overcome referees in that game. Guarantee that, people. First of all. That's 9/11. Game opener in Miami, New England Patriots versus the Miami Dolphins. We got the Patriots. Our defense can beat them alone. And we know that for sure. But look, the one thing the videos do show, and I'll tie it to that, is the fact that we're not going to get the exact same play from Tua we did last year. And even if we did, we still beat the Patriots. So I'm not worried about the Patriots. Not worried in the slightest. As long as we're going on. See, when I make my predictions about the schedule this early out and we all run through the schedule and talk about each of our games and what we think about them, I want you all to know that first and foremost, I'm going to be going on one principle and one principle alone. Is the idea that we accept the fact that, or we make all of those predictions under the premise that our players execute. Because if they're not going to execute, then none of this talk even matters. We just suck. And we're gonna have to worry about everybody we play. What I'm trying to say is, and I just thought of this, and this will sum it up. If we're having to worry about one team on our schedule of when, where, what the weather's like, or any of that, if we're worried about one team on our schedule, we should be worried about all of them. There you go. How you doing, EM Dolphin fan? Welcome as always. Clemente 3472 fins up the U2. You know, so what's the point of going this and that? If you're afraid of one of them, you better be afraid of them all. And I'm not even afraid of our purported strongest opponent. Not worried in the slightest. We improved our play against them the second time we faced them. They haven't really, like as TD said earlier, when it comes to, and I agree with him what he said about the Jets, and I know Sal's going to love me right now, but, the Jets improved more than we did. That doesn't mean that they're better than us or are equal. It just means that if they went from a 4 to a 6 and we went from a 7 to an 8, then they improved more than we did. I get that point, and I agree with it. But it's the same with the Bills. If they went from let's say an 8.5 to a 9, and we went from a 7 to a 9, and we already improved our play against them as a 7, I'm not worried about the Bills. Not worried about the Bills at all. I invite the Bills. Come get some. That's what I got to say about the Bills. Come eat. Come down to Miami and get you something to eat. We'll fill your plate. Trust me, we'll fill your plate. Just got to be careful you don't gorge yourself. Get pretty hot in Miami. Even in December, whenever. So you can mitigate the cold. You can't mitigate the heat. You're just hot. Doesn't matter what you do. You have to pour water through your body like it's gasoline in a car. You know what you got to do in the cold? Cover up. Work harder. See, in the cold, if you're one of these athletes, if you actually work harder, you warm up. I've never enjoyed excuses in the cold, although there are some surface issues that really stink, like the ball's harder and your hands hurt and stuff like that. But come on, these are professionals, people. This is why we don't accept the excuses for the Tennessee game. And as far as Tua, Teddy, Skylar, look, if we're starting 0-4, 1-4, and this is happening again, I agree with Kahari and those others that say that it's over. I mean, come on, we can't keep doing this, people. If we're 1-4, we still got a shot based on the makeup of our team, especially considering last year and what we did with that makeup. So, I mean, come on. That's the mistake McDaniel makes if he rolls with Tua beyond that. Now, that's not actually what I'm predicting. I think that given a different situation, as Crypto likes to say, how did he put it? I can't remember. We'll get him to say it later. But it was along the lines of It was along the lines of everything's already set there for McDaniel. It wasn't set there for Flores. So there's a certain expectation risen because all your pieces are already in place. And I tend to agree with that. So what as I was alluding to earlier that I never got to, was that if the on the field game management stuff is even improved by McDaniel, he's better. So again, based on what the Flores detractors say, there's no way McDaniel could be any worse than that. Our roster's improved. Our quarterback has improved his health so far as we can see. So I don't have any reason. Again, I fear no one on our schedule. No one. Shout out to On the Fin side. Glad you could join us tonight. You guys are so awesome. And I agree with that. We're not going to be one. This fan base can't withstand that again. I was hard pressed earlier. I never did the deep dive, but it's because I don't feel like it, because there should be no reason I have to do a deep dive to find out when the last time we were above 500 in week 5. Can any of you guys point it out for me? Because I don't feel like expending the energy doing the deep dive. The fact that I have to do a deep dive to find that out should say everything. Because I do know that it's at least been the last 3 seasons in a row. At least. That I'm willing to put my word on without looking. We can't withstand that again. That is unacceptable. So what I think is, given all the pieces are in place, even with a first-year coach, whom I think is actually quite intelligent and understands these nuances that we're talking about from the things he said. Sure, anybody can say anything. I get it. But I said this last night that, there's a certain indication from this guy that he understands these little nuances that, all football fans understand. These, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a canon. It's like there's certain things that we all know should be done this certain way. And those things haven't been done that way in Miami in a long time. And it just McDaniel gives me that indication that he understands that stuff and those little things about it. So we'll see. But it's more likely that we actually start out of the gate pretty fast, given the improvement in our quarterback's health, the improvement on the roster overall. I think we actually will probably bludgeon our way into like a 4-1 record by week 5. I really do. And everybody, the Dolphins, that's right. I get it, and we may falter. Our schedule is pretty brutal when it comes to with travel and stuff like that. We may falter. That part where the newness of a head coach, not because of on the game stuff, because now it's the middle of the season and now the human issues start to come out more, which, let's face it, people, a young guy like that, a new head coach, there's going to be lessons he has to learn. If you think there isn't, then you're actually insulting him and his intelligence, because I'm pretty sure he thinks there's lessons he's going to learn, given that he seems to be as intelligent as he is. How's it going, Chef Jew? Appreciate you coming out. And Zaydan 131. I know, it's crazy. On the Fin side says the big if on that for me, say they hypothetically do start 1-5. If I see the needle pointing up and moving the right way each week, and we're exciting and not having fundamental scheme issues. Yeah, I tend to agree. It's just, can the fan base do that again? I mean, I get what you're saying. It's going to be one way or the other. Either we're going to start off fast and falter, sort of, I think, or we'll start off slow and jam it at home. You know what I mean? Which ironically would probably be better, basically, as far as the makeup of the AFC goes this year. That's another thing I want to point out. Everybody is right too. Oh, the AFC is so much better than the NFC. AFC is so much better this year. Oh, blah blah blah. Exactly, they all are. We're all going to be 9-8. So when people talk, 10-6, 10-7 won't get you into the playoffs, no. It might actually work the other way around if everybody is that good. We're all going to be sitting here 9-8 and looking at the third tiebreakers. I'm kidding, but what game am I going to, Aqua? I'm going to try to make it to everyone down here if I can, and maybe and as far as away games goes, it's a shame that the Ravens are so getting to week 2. We got the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore, and that's early. That's on the 18th. I don't know. I really wanted to double it as a trip to DC because I've never been to DC in my whole life, so it's about time for that. But I don't know if I can make it that early. That's pretty early in the season. Moving on after that, we got Buffalo week 3 at home. I'm going to try to attend every home game. At least attend in the parking lot, one way or the other. But we got ways of getting in down in the 305. Don't worry about that. Then we got Cincinnati in week 4. My other alternative was to double a trip to Canton for the Hall of Fame and maybe go see one of the Ohio teams at Cincinnati on September 29th. Might be late enough for me. We'll have to see. Maybe I'll make a trip there. Then we're moving over from Cincinnati right over to New York to face the Jets. On October 9th. I have no desire to go to New York to see the Jets other than, if there's a big, whatever that, get together is that everybody has up there. Maybe people will drag me up there to go to that. I don't know. We'll see what you guys think. And we got come back home to face Minnesota. That one should be easy to get into unless Minnesota is all of a sudden on fire. We're going to follow that up at home again, 2-week stint at home against Pittsburgh. I will definitely be going to that game. I encourage Q to mosey on over here for that game too. That'd be fun. Yeah, on the Fin side says it great. That's kind of what I was thinking too, because again, I really wanted to. I wanted to see Baltimore. I wanted to, double a trip to DC, MetLife and Baltimore. MetLife takeover and Baltimore, yeah. But then after the Steelers, we're going to head out to Detroit. And I'm glad I'm getting to Detroit. That's in week 8. That's day before Halloween. So Halloween ween. And you don't want to sleep on Detroit, people. You really don't. Dan Campbell is changing the culture there. They're sticking with him, which is great to see. I'm a huge believer that Goff is not their issue, and it definitely has plenty left in the tank to add to his already well above average career, 2 Pro Bowls and a Super Bowl appearance. So given the guys they got in the draft, a couple of the people they picked up in free agency, they're building. They're not anybody you want to go in thinking same old Lions. At the same time, it is the Lions. I mean, I get it. I understand why people are saying that. We probably, God, how many years have somebody like me sat on a broadcast and said, oh, Watch out, don't sleep on the Lions. I mean, it ain't the first time. It's like those people that continue to bet against Tom Brady. I don't do it anymore. I'm sorry. Much as I don't like the guy, whatever, as a Dolphins fan, I don't bet against Tom Brady. You're not going to see these dollars go against that. But then again, moving away from Soldier Field, or moving from Detroit over to Soldier Field in Chicago, not too bad a trip. That's like right next door, sort of. And they're in October, November, which will start getting cold there, but not like maybe windy in Chicago. Yeah, sure. But not like brutal. It's not that brutal there, other than the wind and the misery, because it can be any day can be like that in November in Chicago. But then we come back home to face the Browns. Which ought to be fun. And no, I'm not afraid of Deshaun Watson. I don't care how much I've I don't care how much I was marketing him as a quarterback for us and all that. Those skills have not changed, but that doesn't mean I'm afraid of them. I mean, look, we cannot go out as fans and be talking about live on the internet about we're worried about this, that, and the other. No, I want Deshaun Watson to come here. I want to know where we're at. We absolutely destroyed Lamar Jackson last year. He could do nothing. Shout out to Van Ginkel, who made that happen. I mean, I want Deshaun Watson to come to Miami. I want all these people that said we shouldn't have got him because Miami would take him out. Well, good. Let's let him come to Miami. We got plenty of distractions for one Deshaun Watson. Yeah, I agree, Finside. That's what I'm saying. And shout out to Scummy. Welcome back, man. We missed you past couple days. I was really hoping we didn't like run you off forever because I was really like I apologize for all that. Our buddy Q is feels the same way, I'm sure, and we love you around here, buddy. Glad to see you again. Kenna, good to see you. Been seeing you around a lot. Adam, yeah, I guess Finside knows you too. But yeah, Watson's different, but that's exactly what I'm saying. Like I'm not even worried. Like this is why I'm not worried about the Bills either, because it was actually surprising to me. And the second time we faced them, we actually did a better job at containing Allen. That's why we played them better. But that Allen got away from it when Lamar didn't was kind of surprise to me. And so I'm not. I think that given what we added, even the draft guys, but I counted the other night. We have 11 linebackers. Some of them are good, proven ones, and some of them are like really good potentials. So, I mean, I'm kind of like thinking we've got the containment thing down, even on a quarterback like that. I think Deshaun Watson is far better than Josh Allen in that regard. Far more slinky. Like, yeah, he's going to be a lot harder to contain than Josh Allen. But that's what the heat here is for. Let's see. That game is at 1:00 in November, mid-November. Some of those days can be our hottest days down here, believe it or not. That's like summer. That's like summer B down here. And some of those days can be hot, our hottest days of the year, most sweltering days of the year. So I look forward to the Cleveland Browns coming to Miami. I mean, it ain't Deshaun Watson, then what are we worried about, right? Then we got coming in right after that the Houston Texans. Oh, this is going to be lovely. And, let's not take a day off. Let's not doubt anyone, but we can say that's a win. Then we go out to California to face the Niners and the Chargers on a 2-week stint out in California. By the way, it looks like our bye week is 11. Originally, it was reported when the leaks were happening. It was reported that it was going to be week 9, but it's actually week 11 between the Browns and the Texans. So not only do we have a bye week, but it's between 2 home games. So we've got 3 weeks at home, and that's during Thanksgiving, or leading right. Well, it's the ending the 27th. And then we have to travel out to California for 2 weeks. I'm not worried about that. I mean, the travel these days and day and age is so much different. There's so many things that can keep you right as far as your time clock and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know why everybody's thought about that too much, but I'm more concerned if we stay in California for 2 weeks. Like, I'd be more concerned about that. I mean, remember, I know we got those distractions here in Miami too, but LA and San Fran are like, that whole corridor is like times 10, so I'm not worried about it. 3 weeks at home. Actually, if you think about it, after we play the Bears and we come home from the Bears on the 6th, okay, or I'm sorry. Yeah, after we come home from the Bears on the 6th, we're going to be home in Miami. Our team is going to be firmly planted in their homes in Miami from November 7th all the way to when they leave to go to the Niners game, which is on the 4th of December. They're going to be home for virtually an entire month. And then they have to go, 2-3 weeks away if they decide to stay out in California? What I do find interesting is that travel requires us to go back to Buffalo right after that. So it is a long road trip, and a long one distance-wise. But what I find interesting is how rare is it? Oh, forgot about the 17th game. I'm thinking 3 road games in a row. When has that ever happened? That's brutal. How many other teams have 3 road games in a row? Especially at those distances. Wow. That's brutal. Am I scared of it? No. Are the players still going to have to execute to win the ball game? Yes. Is the other team going to have to execute to win the ball game? Yes. Now, I will say there is something to be said for being a step behind in the NFL. And we witnessed what happened, because I attribute that to 62-7 more than I do anything else. If you remember correctly, we had come from across the country to play that Jacksonville game that Dan Marino lost. I'll have to double check that. But I remember us being tired. I remember us being a step behind because of travel leading into that game. So it is an important factor. But today's day and age, with the athletes we have, plus how deep we are, that's another reason that the champions are the ones that have a 1B as a backup everywhere. I mean, not too concerned about it, but it is brutal. It is something to be mindful of. Concerned about it? No, look at Sal in the chat. You ain't winning in Buffalo. Forget about it. Been a long time coming. But we're bringing the medicine, buddy. Sorry. We're just bringing the medicine. You're going to have to face it. Yeah, that's another thing. There's a lot of that stuff to be done too by the time we get to uh, week 15, which, by the way, time to be determined, interestingly enough. So, those complaining about us not getting a primetime game or another one, we've got a game that at week 15 that says TBD. That could easily be a primetime game if we earn it. So then after that long road stint, we got the Packers week 16 at home. That'll be fun. Not really worried about that either. I know how Aaron Rodgers is, but he ain't going to come in here acting all, poking Dan Marino in the eye again like he did the last time he was down here. He ain't going to be doing that. Our defense ain't going to allow that. That's going to be a good game. My instinct tells me we'll lose it, but I don't think we have to. Like, I don't think there's a stark reason why we would lose to the Green Bay Packers. Even last year, I wouldn't have seen that. You stop Aaron Jones, contain Aaron Rodgers, who's known to make some pretty goofy decisions. And I think you easily got the Packers. So then we go up to New England pretty late in the year. That's going to be on New Year's Day. So we got the Patriots on 9/11 in Miami. And then we got them in New England on New Year's Day. Ah, boy. Goodell is trying for them, ain't he? He is just trying for them. He did not like the fact that we beat the Patriots last year. He did not like that whatsoever. And then in a game to be determined in Miami, we end the season with our favorite whipping boys, who maybe not so much whipping boys this year, but we'll see. Shout out to them for sticking with Sulla. I think that they're making a move that needs to be made in a lot of organizations by sticking with their guy. In week 18, the last game of the season will be the New York Jets. I always like to go see the Jets lose, so I'll probably be to that one too. All of these games can be heard on AM 560. The Joe, WQAM, home of our friend of the show, Alex Dono, at least on the side anyway. Shout out to Dono. So there you go. That's the schedule, everybody. I don't know. I think it's easy. I'm going to say, in honor of my 13th episode, well, here, first of all, before I get to what I think our schedule is going to be, our record is going to be, please like and share, everybody. Appreciate you all being here tonight. It's one of those nights. It's saturated with this content. Us over here, fairly new on the block. You know how it is. But I'm really happy you all showed up, like you do every night, for the Finns tailgate, which can be caught every night except for Tuesday nights, because Tuesday nights you got Tonk 7 and TMI at 9:00. Myself co-hosting, and I'll probably do as many open mics as I can on that night after that show as my energy will allow. You also got me like tonight, most nights, mostly on Thursday at 10. We went a little late tonight just because of the saturation. But thanks, Scummy. Other than that, if you need anything from Fanatics, you need to gear up for the games coming up. We got a great one coming right up. Hit the link in the description below. Let them know we sent you. Fanatics. They got all officially licensed gear. You got our stuff too. Rep the Fins tailgate. Find out who's who in your neighborhood. If you're kind enough, we got the $ Finn's Tailgate with the Cash App, Finn's Tailgate at Venmo, or and now we have super chats and super stickers and all that kind of stuff. We appreciate those who have been kind and generous enough so far to donate and help support us that way. The more it happens, the more we can keep bringing it, the better we can make it look, the more entertaining it can be, the more places we can go for y'all to bring you great stuff on our favorite football team. But even the like and the share helps just as much. Subscribing helps just as much. Subscribing is what gets you to that point. So we appreciate each and every one of you. $0 to $1 billion. And yes, I ain't shy. If somebody wants to give me $1 billion, $ the Finn's Tailgate. Just kidding. That all being said, I will give you my record prediction. And some out there might see it as a little tongue-in-cheek. How's it going, Q? You're just in time. I could answer that, Robert, but we'll wait till I drop the link and start up a panel. Oh, by the way, yeah, before I do give you my record prediction, I'm gonna drop the link for everybody so everybody can start trickling in who wants to talk about it. Let's see here. There's the link for the chat for the panel. And so, given the improvement on our roster, given the suggested improvement that we should see in game management, given the schedule we just looked at, I could go through each and one and tell you why I think which one is a win or a loss. But I'm going to say, based on all that 13th episode, in honor of our greatest quarterback of all time, Dan Marino, I am going to predict the Miami Dolphins will end the season, well, not end their season, but end the regular season 13-4. That's it, 13-4. I would accept 11 wins, but my expectation is that we finish the season 13-4. We do make the playoffs. We do win a playoff game. How far we go beyond that, we know who that's up to. We know what position on the field that's up to. So I'm going to bring on our favorite, who probably loves the schedule coming up.
Hey, yo. What's up, Culler?
Steelers fan we got. Well, maybe we got more. I don't know. Look at that. Fight you, huh? Let's go, Q. How you guys going to beat our team?
All right, Culler. All right. Just give me 30 seconds of your undivided attention. I'll tell you how.
Sure. What? Yeah. Matter of fact, I will, because I'm gonna go grab something out of the other room real quick, and you have the floor, Q. Go ahead and tell us Miami Dolphin fans why the Pittsburgh Steelers is gonna beat us when we face them.
All right. So first of all, what's up, chat? What's up, everybody in the chat? And this is how we're gonna beat the Miami Dolphins. All right. Tomlin is gonna respect the wide receiving core you guys have on that team, because that is the strength of that team, of the Dolphins team. And if you say running back, no, not as strong as the wide receiver core. Okay. And so one of the weaknesses that you guys still have lingering, and I see you guys every day on the channel talking about a center, talking about a right tackle. And that's how Tomlin is going to minimize that offense. He's going to pressure Tua with the front four. All right. And so when you pressure Tua, that O-line with the front four, Mike Daniel is going to have to respect that pass rush. And so he's going to have to put in pieces, mainly the the tight end, and the running back just to help out, slow down or extinguish that pass rush, right? So he's going to have the tight end chip off. He's going to have the running back chip off. Hey, what's up, Zaydan 131? What's up, Scummy? What's up, everybody? He's going to have that tight end chip off. Whoever they want to chip up, whoever is blowing out, the right side or the left side of the offensive line, right? And so he's going to have pieces in to help with the pass rush because Mike Daniel will respect that pass rush. And so you got a running back and you got a tight end. So that's 5 O linemen. That's Tua. That's a running back. That's a tight end, right? And so they're going to have to chip in. And so with only 4 people to rush, right, with the occasional blitzes here and there, we're gonna have 7 people to protect to cover the pass, 7 or 6. And so that's how we're going to neutralize the offense. Defensive wise, I've been telling you, Culler, I'm not so sure about that front four you guys have, because I don't think they can. You have run stoppers on that D line, so I think we're just going to run the ball. And if you respect
you don't think our rooks can take care of that run defense?
I don't think so. I don't think they can. They can get the occasional sack here and there, but they're not consistent with stopping the run. Because if you recall, well, we're all talking, on paper, right? We're all talking.
Oh yeah. Well, sure. What's produced? I've been the same way. How you doing, Mauricio? Appreciate you coming out, man.
It's the sauce man.
And thanks for holding the Dolphins fort over on Twitter, man. We love you. But as far as how I am about Tua, like the critiques I have are based on what we've seen on tape. So I have to be fair, I guess. Yeah, we do have a problem stopping the run. That was evident against Atlanta, obviously.
And mind you, if that pass rush, if Mike Daniel's going to respect that pass rush and put in some pieces to help block, they're going to start going to the quick passes.
My whole thing is time of possession. Like I can see a case where we're actually commanding the time of possession, and that run defense, your flaw isn't necessarily comes into play as much.
What do you mean?
Like for instance, if we've got the ball the whole time, who cares about our run defense?
Who says you're going to have the ball the whole time?
I do.
How will you hold on to that ball? How will you sustain drives with that ball?
Well, throttling, if we're that good.
Okay.
If we're executing, we have the ability and the playmakers and the quantity of playmakers to be able to throttle any team as we see fit.
Yeah, I respect you guys wide receiver core. That's the only threat we see on that offense. That running game is remains to be seen, bro. Remains to be seen. But you can't deny that. And I'm gonna me and CT have been going at it at a Miami Sports Fanatic show. And CT, when he gets his point in, he just blah 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 blah, just blabber on, bro. I was like, man, I can't even get a point in. But yeah, that's my oos,
I know.
And I told CT, bro, if you think about our weaknesses, you're gonna say the QB, right? The QB.
Well, I would say a couple other places. I think that you guys have yet to really show that you've replaced Connor.
We got Najee Harris. What you mean?
Oh yeah.
He's ranked number 4 in the league, rushing.
I forgot about Najee, man.
He's ranked number 4 in the league rushing. 1,200 yards.
Yeah, I know. That's going to eat up a lot of clock. I guess the question is, like, in that respect, it's like, are you guys kind of in a situation where we've been the past couple of years where, as long as you don't get behind kind of situation, you know what I mean? Because Najee's not going to be able to take the game on himself and have enough time and he kind of come back from 2 or 3 scores. You know what I mean?
Well, obviously he's not going to run the whole game, but at some point, your guys' defense will have to respect Najee.
You think Trubisky is going to actually be the starter?
I don't know. I'm trusting the front office and the coaches to make that decision.
Let me ask you this. If the odd thing that we were talking about the other night were to happen crazily, would you be supportive of it? Not just as a Steelers fan, but would you agree with the decision?
Decision? Well, man,
let's say
blanking out right now.
Let's say if the stunning news came out that Mr. Mayfield was sliding right over in his division to Pittsburgh.
No.
I kind of know how you'd feel as a Steelers fan. If you're a diehard, you'd be all aboard. But as a decision, organizational decision, would you agree with it?
As a decision, no. Well, because we've seen what they can do.
Do you think Trubisky would give you a better option to win than Mayfield?
Because we haven't seen his ceiling. Trubisky only played 2 years as a starter.
True.
And at a shitty, Chicago team.
Yep, and
they only had a good defense.
I want to remind everybody that Trubisky has a lot of running attributes that Allen has as well.
Yep.
He hasn't necessarily been in the best offensive situation to hone those skills. Let's be honest. The Bears is kind of a dead end for quarterback success. Let's face it. It's kind of their mantra.
Yeah, but we had a predictions going on. I had the Dolphins going 13-4, bro. I had them going 13-4. So that first week, that first month, that 4-game stretch, that 4-game stretch, you got the Pats. That's a dub. Ravens with all no weapons, no defense. That's a dub. Bills, they're gonna have they're gonna be shocked. They're gonna have the surprise of their life. That's a dub for the fan. But Bengals, because they have the number 2 pass rushing. The run defense. The number 2 run defense. I think it's number 3. The Bengals.
Right.
I say it's going to be a toss-up with the Bengals.
I do too, because we've shown that even when we weren't up to par like we are, I think we still, I think we played them respectable. I don't think it was like,
And you're gonna win at the Jets. I'm only giving you the dub with the Minnesota Vikings because it's a home game. Because they do have a solid team.
Agreed.
So that's
a dub. I don't think Kirk Cousins likes playing in Miami at all.
Yeah. And then you guys take a L. The Steelers, that's me. Take it or leave it. That's me though.
Oh, so you're actually predicting we go 12. We go
13-4. No, 13-4.
Well, that's only because you're Steelers bias, though.
No. That's really.
Put aside your Steelers bias, and we're 14.
I'm putting it aside. I'm putting it aside, bro. That's why I'm telling you. That's how we're gonna beat you guys, because we're gonna respect that wide receiver core. But you guys are high and mighty.
Right. So here's my mission, Q. I have to figure out who we're gonna lose to. That's not the Steelers, because I have the same record prediction as you do.
Okay, I've told you how we're going to beat you guys. So now you tell me how you're going to beat us.
I should just go ahead and make one of my 4 the Steelers, you think?
No, just tell me how you're going to beat us. How you're going to beat us.
With a sustained ground attack, balanced in the air. I'm just kidding.
Who's
I can sing a song for you and tell you how we're going to beat you.
Have a success running.
Well, see, Miami has this team.
Who says you're going to have a sling?
See, they take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen, bro.
Okay. Okay.
They're in the air. They're on the ground. They are always in control.
Well, still doesn't tell me how you're going to beat us.
I just said it. In the air and
on the ground. Schematically, bro. You're not going to run all over.
Obviously, we're going to have to put a pipe on a cap on Najee Harris. That's a given. But we're going to have to hold on to the ball. We're going to have to choose when to score. We're going to have to run. We're going to have to run the clock out. If not, we're going to have to get up on you guys 2 or 3 scores pretty quick and rely on our defense to hold out.
Okay, okay, okay. That's me. That's me. We're winning that week 7 game dub.
So let me ask you, what's going to
I don't.
happen?
I don't. I don't.
What's going to happen
I
when
don't
it's
think.
first? What's going to happen when it's first and goal at the 4-yard line? How are you going to stop us from scoring? How is your defense going to stop us from scoring?
First and goal, bro. That's gonna be you guys are gonna throw quick out passes, right? You're gonna use that speed. So that's gonna be a hard
We can
zone.
do anything we want in that situation.
Literally,
I mean,
not literally, not figuratively. You can.
From the 4-yard line, on paper, we could literally do anything we want. How are you going to stop us?
First, but first, before you get to that first and goal, you got to go through a whole field to get to that goal.
Well, that's a given.
Because you know what, I'm just saying this because the past games from last year, right?
Given proper execution from both teams, you don't think we could even get down to first and goal?
You can get down to first and goal, but it's not going to be like run down. One series, run down the field, score. Second series, run down the field, score. No,
I mean it should be.
It's not going to be. Realistically, it's not going to be, Culler.
Well, what would
it's
stop?
Going to be defense.
Okay,
and the lack of run stopping power you guys got on your defense.
And who else do you have to put a lid on?
And
from your standpoint,
that's about it. Just the run and O line. Tell me what is our weakness? What is our weakness?
You don't think as a Steelers fan that you need to think about putting a lid on Tua?
That's what I'm saying. We're going to collapse the line. We're going to pressure Tua. Okay. That's the only viable option we have to stop this offense. We need to collapse that line, which is a newly assembled line. Sure, you got some pieces. Teron Armstead, he's a left tackle. TJ Watt is on the right tackle.
Make sure that Q is on record as saying that the Pittsburgh Steelers defense can put a lid on Tua Tagovailoa.
They can.
See what I did there?
They can.
I love you, Q. You're such a great sport, man. You're so good. They can,
bro.
We're gonna beat you, bro. Come on.
Yeah, that's all you got to say for it, bro. We're gonna beat you. That's it.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's kind of early. I mean,
it is. If you address that line, like you guys been, begging the Dolphins to do, then maybe you guys get a dub. Ali is back up here. What's up, bro?
Welcome, Ali. How you doing tonight?
Here.
Can you take over for me and tell me how the Dolphins are going to beat the Steelers? Since
I'm going to tell you how. So listen. Your offensive line is not all that. All right. You do have a running.
What do you mean?
Game. I do respect Najee Harris, but who are you going to throw to? And how is your quarterback with those small hands going to hold on to the ball? Please tell me.
What makes you?
Who are we throwing?
What makes you think Kenny Pickett's going to start? We're going to stick with Mitch. I think we're going to stick with Mitch. But whoever the coaches decide on, I'm cool with it.
Okay.
I think we're going to stick with Mitch. But we have Deontay Johnson.
With you on why I could say Pickett could start, but when you went to Mitch, bro, that's how I know the Dolphins are going to win. All right, I'm sorry.
How you know the Dolphins are going to win?
It's not even that great of a quarterback. Okay, first of all, he couldn't get it done at the Bears. He couldn't even what? Pardon me?
Why?
Nailed that son of a bitch.
That's right. I don't. In my opinion, I don't think he reads the game properly. I think he's too slow.
No, I don't think he watched this film, bro. I don't think he watched this film.
Okay,
he had a trash team at the Bears. He only had 2 seasons to start there. Trash team. The only reason why they were relevant is because Mac, what's his name again? The linebacker.
Even look at the deal he signed, bro. Even your own team that signed him don't believe in him. Otherwise, they would have given him the bag.
What the hell are you talking about, bro? What the hell are you talking about?
Go look.
What are you talking about? What does the deal have to say about him, bro?
What does it have to say? It has to say a lot. All right.
What does the deal have to say about him, bro?
And he's really that good.
Signing him was all I needed to know that they believe in this kid. Because if they didn't believe in this kid, they wouldn't have brought him in the first place.
Okay. All right. Well, that's still you haven't answered me. Who are we throwing to?
Who?
Who are
Deontay
we throwing
Johnson.
to?
Okay, Deontay Johnson. You got Najee Harris out the backfield. You got Pat Fryermuth, and you got Chase Claypool, and you got
Now,
Washington,
name
and you
me
got.
which one of those receivers can beat Xavier Howard or Byron Jones on the right side.
I can name you a few receivers because Deontay Johnson burned a couple of corners.
Okay. All right. So you're saying that Deontay Johnson is going to be
Until I played him in fantasy.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I have us beating you guys. I do agree that your defense is, not that bad. I don't think it's like
I'm not saying the defense entirely.
but
I'm just saying the rush, the front four.
on the offensive side, I really don't see on paper besides Najee Harris on who's really a threat. That's just my own opinion.
Okay, that's your opinion.
That is my opinion. And do understand, bro. I'm not like attacking you. This is just friendly.
I know, bro. No, okay. It's just the way it sounds when I'm arguing.
Oh, okay.
But I mean nothing by it, bro. I hold no ill will against anybody. It's just when it's in the heat, bro. I'm just coming at you, but it doesn't mean that I hate you, bro.
All right. So here's the main reason outside of football. I think that the Dolphins as a collective team are going to want to win that game because of flow. And they're going to try to bring the heat as much as they can. Right? And you're playing in the Miami weather. And it's what is the date of the game, Culler? Or no, is Culler gone? I know it's a Sunday night, but what week is it?
I think September. Okay, hold on, I got it right here. And load.
Is it October?
Dolphins. October 23rd.
Okay.
1:20 p.m.
Come October, late October, around that time, that's when the cold weather starts in Pennsylvania. I'm from Ohio, so this is how I kind of know the weather. It starts getting colder. When you come here down to Florida, it's going to be sometimes Sunday night can be muggy. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm just telling you right now, that's not going to be a cakewalk for your team at all.
It's not. I'm telling you, it's not going to be a cakewalk for the Miami Dolphins either. So it's going to be a toss-up.
All right,
we're gonna, bro, because it's gonna be like the week 1 we played against the Bills. It's gonna look like that. We're gonna win not by much, maybe by 3.
Okay, well, I'm saying Tyreek Hill and Jalen.
Because you guys, I need to pump y'all brakes on. I know you guys got a good team, but pump it. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen them, on the field. We haven't seen them work.
But see, that's the thing. You guys don't have a good team, and we haven't seen yours on the field either.
What you mean we don't have a good team, bro?
In addition, you haven't seen us on the field either, so I could use that argument that you haven't seen it either. So how do you know that we should pump the brakes?
Pump the brakes, bro. It's on paper. Doesn't mean it's going to translate on the field, right?
You're absolutely right, and that's why on any given Sunday, anything can happen. I mean, that's absolutely true. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm going to tell you,
we'll see, bro.
Everything on paper. I'm telling you right now, the Dolphins they're gonna run, and we're gonna be throwing, and it's not gonna be pretty.
That's so delusional, bro. We're gonna run. We're gonna be throwing. We're gonna score 46 points.
That's the thing, Q. See, that's the thing, Q. If all of your paper performed, 3/4 of our paper only has to perform, and we can still beat you.
Still doesn't matter, bro, because at the end of the day, week 7 is on the field. And let me tell you something, bro. The last 3 years, last year, Tua didn't play the Pittsburgh Steelers in the last 2 years. I think y'all played us 2019. Yeah, you guys did play us 2019.
Okay, so
it's gonna be a new look for him too. It's gonna be
Deontay Johnson against Kansas City, right? You guys got killed by Kansas City last year, 36-10. Deontay Johnson had 6 receptions for 51 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yep.
Our corners outperformed Kansas City's secondary by far. All right, there's not a single
and
corner on the Kansas City.
all we're trying to say is we're not the ones that should be pumping the brakes, because if we lose to you guys, how's that any different than any other day? But if you guys lose to us, which is a potential, it's going to hurt your all's fan base more than it's going to hurt us if we lose to you. So you all are ones that need to pump the brakes, not us. We need to put the foot on the gas. That's what we need to do.
And that's what I'm doing,
Okay,
is putting
fair,
it on
fair.
the gas.
Fair enough. But we'll see, bro. It's not like you guys gonna come out here and just run all over us. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's true. I mean, we're all professionals.
All right. Well, I understand what you're saying. Who's your tight end, by the way? Didn't you guys lose a tight end recently?
We got a Pat Fairmouth.
Who was it? I'm sorry. I apologize.
Fryermuth. Pete Fryer.
Pat Fairmouth.
Okay.
Or Pat. Is it Pat?
Pat.
Good dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they already got a boo chant for him, you know, that nobody needs to mistake. They're just saying boo.
It sounds like that. It sounds like that, Culler, but they're actually saying
well,
boof.
you know, them types always have good games, man. You got to be careful with it. Whenever there's a boo confused chant player, that's always a good player, man.
I think you'd be the only one thinking it was a boo.
Right. Well, you know how it is. There's lots of players throughout history like that where it sounds like a boo, but everybody knows that ain't what it is.
So, what's your prediction?
Me or Culler?
The schedule. Both of you.
Well, you got mine. If you didn't get it, then you're gonna have to rewatch my show, Q. I'm just kidding, man. I went 13-4, just like you.
I'm one game ahead of you guys. I'm 14-3. There's only 3 games that I kind of have an idea that we are going to lose. Beyond that, I think all the other games are winnable. So I say we're going to split with the Bills, and I think we're going to lose to San Fran and the Bengals. Those are my 3 losses.
That's what's up.
So, and 14-3 or 13-4, it's still a really good record regardless.
Now, we are in a situation as far as paper goes that we do reserve the right to quickly change, but the change is going to be drastic. Like, we're sitting here saying 13-4, but we could know after game 2, oh no, this wasn't it. You know, so remember
I don't
that.
know, man. The Ravens game, people are trying to say, oh, they're going to be all healthy and everything. I'm like, yeah, but who are you going to throw to? You still have not told me who you're going to throw to. You just told me Rashad Bateman, which is accurate, but if you only have one target to throw to, then the next
and you got Andrews.
Yeah, but I mean, with the right defense, you could very well cover that. And here's the other part is that, yes, they are more of a running game style, but I don't know. I really feel that I think that game is very much winnable still.
I think the Steelers are going to beat the Ravens easily too. I think you guys are going to sweep the Ravens this year.
We swept them last year too, and the Browns.
But I think you're going to easily contain Lamar Jackson, and there's a very good reason for it. Because your organization was smart enough to get a new linebacker coach, and that linebacker coach is going to make sure.
Yeah, you know what, Culler? I haven't been fair on Flores, right? You know, just because of the situation, you know, because I'm a Tua guy. But you know what?
Right.
I should be a Flores guy too.
Well, we can still be objective about what he brings to your all's table. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
you know, I can say that
definitely be contained.
I can say that he wasn't a good head coach, but he is a damn good defensive mind.
And it's also a matter of just those certain nuances, like containing Lamar Jackson is kind of his forte. You know what I mean? I suspect that's why we were able to do it. But how you doing, Sweet Jumps? Appreciate you coming. AB, you too. Joe C. But yeah, you know. So I think you guys easily take the Ravens this year. If you had any troubles are gone.
Q, you were on Batman's show earlier, right?
Yeah, I was with you there.
If some of those possibilities of players were to come, do you still feel confident that we got nothing on you?
No, like I told Culler, if you address that O line and you get a Akeem Hicks, Was it?
That
I think
Hakeem
that-
Nicks is a defensive player, but yes.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And Culler knows I've been trying to tell you guys about getting a D line because I don't think that D line is good enough to stop a run. If you guys get those players, if it goes through, then I say you guys get it. You guys win. You guys get that dub because I don't see any more weaknesses.
To be
Right.
fair, a lot of the running issues that we had in the beginning of the season was because Raekwon Davis went down. That's essentially what happened. That caused a lot of that big hole. Now you're going to have him healthy again. There's a big chance we could, cover that. And I also think our third round pick, Tyndall, is. I think they're going to gaslight him quicker than we think.
well, I don't think that Good won't be in on short yardage and goal line packages. That guy can bust through the line.
Yeah, I like him actually a lot. In fact, I think we got him as a steal in the 7th round. To be honest,
Agreed.
Well, I don't know about Good,
he is a late round guy, but 7th was a steal, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Good, but I do know about the other guys on the line. You guys got Agba, Raekwon Smith coming back, Wilkins. But if Raekwon Smith, what's his name?
Raekwon
Davis. If he comes back and he proves that he can be that run stuffer, then it's set, bro. You guys win. That's a dub for you guys. But I'm only saying because I see the weaknesses on you guys' team, and that's O-line, which is still, you guys still trying to get somebody to
definitely
be in that right tackle.
Even though we got reasons to believe it's going to be better,
I don't know. I mean, you added Conley, you added Armstead. Right there is 2 starting pieces already in place.
The coaching staff,
the entire coaching staff, not just one person. The entire offensive coaching staff
better
is
blocking
offensive
running backs.
minded. Exactly.
I don't think. Listen. Armstead is injured. Armstead is injured.
Better blocking running backs.
But
Armstead is still. He's still.
Q, you can't base your prediction based off of someone being injury prone.
That's what a prediction is.
Yeah, but you think about this. You think, what are you going to do when he's there? You see. Okay, let me explain it this way. Because maybe I'm explaining it wrong. When I predict wins and losses for any team, I'm always predicting it if they have a perfect, healthy roster. Unless we know otherwise. All right. Once we get into the season and then we start getting injuries, then I can go back and say this person may not be there, so this could be the outcome, right? But right now, we're expecting everybody to be there healthy 100%. So if I'm looking at
and I go further and to add execution to that because we can't just assume everybody's going to not do their job. You know what I mean? Giving everybody's going to do their job. You know what I mean? The players could all strike tomorrow and everybody refused to play.
Ali, you're contradicting what you're saying. You cannot predict that everybody's going to be healthy.
No, but
you're right.
Can't predict they won't.
I can't predict that, but I'm predicting now at what you guys have now. And as I said, if you guys address that O-line, then I will change my prediction. You guys will get that dub.
Okay, all right. Well, he's predicting if there's going to be injury. I'm not. I'm basing it off of the starting offense and defense. That's basically what.
That's not realistic, bro. Because everybody in the NFL is prone to injury.
None of this talk is realistic.
You gotta expect injuries.
But that goes for any team. That's a variable that any team could have. I could argue that for you too. So
yeah, but what I'm saying,
go on strike tomorrow and refuse to play.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is with Teron Armstead, he has a history of being injured, and he's injured right now.
I understand what you're concerned with that. That's not disagreeing. What I'm disagreeing is the fact that you're telling me that I should consider that when right now at this point where we're at in the off season, I don't need to. I don't need to look at that right now. I'm basing off of starting offense and defense for both teams. That's what I'm basing it off of. And the other thing that I would mention, which we were trying to, or Culler was going on about regarding the coaching and everything, I could argue that 90% of our issues on the offensive line was coaching, not so much the player themselves. So we could have a very good offensive line, and you might see a difference in that. It may not be an issue.
Maybe. We'll see though.
Yeah, that's true. And you might be right about the
Which one
injuries
of the
too.
so then which one of the terrible offensive line coaches coached up Durham Smythe?
I think he got
Tight
outside.
end, tight end is an offensive line position.
I don't know. I don't know who coached him, to be honest, because
Yeah, I don't know too.
I really like it. You know, as much crap as we give the offensive line coaches in general, and Flores is part in that. Like, I still need to know who coached up Durham Smythe. Like, where's that guy?
hey, here's a theory for you. So you know how Gesicki and Darren Smythe are really good friends, right? They're like best friends.
Well, maybe
And-
Gesicki
and-
ought to be our
and
tight end coach.
And Gesicki hated Flo. Well, they disliked each other, I should say. And maybe they got outside coaching. Who knows?
I don't know, but all it was for Smythe is catching the ball the way he does. He is actually like, you know what I mean? Like, it literally go look. I really wish people would just not trust our words and find out for themselves. Go look at his pro reference sheet. It literally first 2 years, 54%, 55%. Last 2 years, like 82% and 89%. Now, granted, the sample size is obviously going to be smaller than Gesicki by far, but it's still large enough a sample size that catch percentage increase matters. Especially given that the first 2 years, maybe he was always good, because the first 2 years is an even lower sample size. And if he drops one, that's 50% if he only got two thrown to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, I mean, Smythe is not a bad, like, people got to recognize about Durham Smythe, man. I don't know why people just push him to the wayside like it's not like he doesn't really challenge Gesicki in those areas. The only place Gesicki has on him in receiving is the reach, the catch radius, the ability to see the ball in as like a receiver type.
And that's my argument why I don't think I honestly think he has till week 6 to be on this team. And the reason for that
don't
is
forget that Shaheen in the red zone has caught everything thrown to him too.
That is true. And
he got in.
Here's the thing. Eric Ikazama or Zuma, however you say it, I'm sorry, I'm still learning. He can do everything that Gesicki can do, and some things that he can do that's way better, actually. And it's just, I feel that Gesicki is more of a.
You know that for sure, or are you just?
We're going based on tape. We see it on tape. He does similar catches. He's the wide body guy. He catches the 50-50 balls really well. What he does really good is when he runs into the inside, he can catch the ball and take off. He has very fast speed in the inside. And that's something that Gesicki doesn't do. Gesicki also rounds his routes more. I just feel like if we're going to have a receiver that does all those things, take the cheaper route. You have Eric Uzama for the next 4 years, technically.
Exactly. It could have been.
Well, you don't know for sure that he can do that in the NFL. He can damn for sure do that in the college, because that's where you're taking taking it from. You're taking it from his tapes.
So I had it a little reversed, but in 2020, Durham Smythe's catch percentage was 89.7%. Last year it was 82.9%. Yards per target last year, 8.7. Yards per reception, 10.5. He's 85% guaranteed first down on 3rd and 10. And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, I don't even remember that 15%. I must have been like in the bathroom or something when he dropped those balls. You know what I mean? Like, every time I see him, he's catching them. I mean, that's a very, very quality tight end right there, people. I just don't understand why people just push it so quickly to the side. Now let's look at Gesicki's numbers. We'll do a direct comparison.
Hold on really quick before you do that. You know what's really scary about the numbers that you just mentioned? I feel that those numbers could lead that Smythe could end up being McDaniel's George Kittle.
Agreed. And here's the thing. Now, same 2 years. 2020, 62.4%. 2021, 65.2%. Granted, about double the target amount, about double the sample size. However, you look at yards per target, 7. Yards per reception, 10.7. So you're looking at the same 10 yards on 3rd and 10. Mike gives you a 65% chance of a first down. Smythe gives you 85.
Yep.
That's bottom line how you use stats right there to illustrate reality, people. When you're talking about making a financial decision as to who to pay at tight end. I'm sorry, Jasicki. I'm not trying to be a dick. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know? So let's put some respect on Smythe's name from now on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I know people do generally, but they also forget about him when the Jasicki conversation comes up. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And it just bugs me. It's like, why are we, you know, I want to keep Jasicki too. I don't think it's a bad trait to have extra catch radius for Tua. You know what I mean? I'm all for it. But when it came down to, are we going to like, you know, die on the Jasicki hill? Why?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? You know, I've never even looked up Shaheen's numbers. Because it's sample.
I'm sorry, Carla, I missed it.
Small.
I had to go and take care of something real quick. Well, so would you say you rather have Smythe?
If somebody came down and said you only have one tight end, you're allowed to have one tight end on your squad, it's either going to be Smythe or Jasicki. I would take Smythe all day long.
Yeah,
his percentage is much higher than Gesicki's. I mean, granted, Gesicki does have that arm length that's ridiculous, and he can make grabs, those 50-50 balls. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time,
if we're saying that Tua is moving into a place in his career or his life where he doesn't need those crutches anymore, you know, then why would we pay for it?
Yeah.
Look at the New England game last year, end of the season. Look at that dime that Tua put on Smythe beyond the linebacker before the safety that he caught for like 20 some yards. Now, I mean, who needs Jasicki, really? If Tua is going to be putting dimes like that on Smythe.
Hey, Nicketeer.
What's up, Nick?
Mouse.
What's up, Nick?
What's up, guys?
By the way, that happens to be that particular play that I'm talking about happens to be Smythe's long that last year. So I do give Jasicki credit for certain things he has, like the long catch, you know, like the reach, the long stuff, the wide receiver traits, you know what I mean? But I mean, that's not what we need out of a tight end in our scheme.
But we need a tight end, not a receiver, right?
Yeah, all around tight end. We need a Mark Bavaro or a, you know, somebody like that.
Block and catch.
Shay. We watch him every morning. That's what we need at tight end.
Yep.
Something, Nick, what you think about the schedule?
Schedule?
Yeah.
It looks tough, especially the first 4 games. But you never know, because an injury or something can change all that. So,
do you understand where I'm coming from, though, Nick, about all this talk about the wet? Like, I get where people are coming from. We want to have a perfect situation, but when has the NFL ever been perfect for any team?
Yeah, exactly. You can look at the schedule 15 different ways, and it's
I mean, all we're doing is showing people like Sal that we're scared.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks really tough, but you can't count yourself out, you know. Because
I don't agree with that. It looks tough. I think it actually looks fairly easy.
Yeah. On top of that, Ali, yeah.
Yeah, it's ranked. It's ranked like what?
It's the 22nd easiest schedule in the NFL.
Right, but
I mean, I'll give Q credit. Perennially, I mean, I look at the Steelers as a tough out. It's not as if I'm trying to throw shade on the Steelers. You know what I mean? As a whole, they're a tough
you're good,
out
bro.
every year. That's why Tomlin's been there so long.
I'm going to tell you right now,
oh,
the games that, as I said earlier, Nick, I don't know if you were listening, but the games that I think we're going to lose are the Bengals, one of the Bills game, which will probably be the away game, and San Fran. All the other games, I could give you a strong argument why we would win.
yeah, I could agree with that. I don't think we're gonna lose the San Fran game though.
That's what other people are telling me, but I kind of think we would lose the San Fran, but win the Chargers game.
I can agree with Crypto about San Fran not being a slouch. At the same time, I can say we could easily beat them. It's not, they're not mutually exclusive to me. You know what I mean? Or they are mutually exclusive.
Can I weigh in on the Gesicki thing?
Teach me, Ali, how to use that phrase. Just kidding. Go ahead, Nick.
Oh yeah, the Gesicki talk. I agree 100% with you guys. I'm not really a big Gesicki fan. I mean, he's a freak athlete. Catch radius is unbelievable. You know, we've seen the circus catches from him. You know, but that's not really what I want. You know what I mean? I want you to be able to block, help out. You know, any which way you can, and he's really not that guy.
Yeah, you know, tight end.
Exactly. And as big as he is and stuff, and athletic as he is, in my opinion, he's really not that fast.
He's not.
He kind of just looks like
and that's why he's getting disrespected as a wide receiver, no matter what he says. There's a quarterback that was just taken by Atlanta who runs a 4.5.
Wow.
Why don't we just take that quarterback and turn him into a tight end if that's all you need at tight end?
Right. Yeah, I'm not a
wide receiver
Gesicki guy. Now, if you put Gesicki with I don't even know, maybe the Packers or something with Rodgers, where he can just absolutely launch it up in the middle.
You're talking, yeah. I mean, Packers is probably the most ideal situation for a guy with Gesicki's skill set.
Right. But yeah, I would take. It sounds crazy, but I would take Smythe. I agree 100% on that.
I mean, and I didn't even bring up the other the younger tight end we got.
Who, Hunter?
That everybody seems to be happy with in practice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he could really take off this season.
He was hanging out with all the offensive linemen in Tua to his birthday party.
If you can,
bottom line is we're sitting here arguing about our tight end one. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that freaking awesome? We got so much depth that we're sitting here arguing about our tight end one.
Well, that's really, really good point. We haven't been able to do this for a long time for this team. We have more depth now. We're so deep that it's actually looking pretty good. It's looking better than, oh my God, can you even remember a year it's looked like this?
Yeah. That's why that's exactly the point I've been trying to make, Nick. If you would have come to me, 10 years ago and said, give Tua another year, I'm all on board, because I was still going to believe at that time that we were going to build around him. Like they said, that's what we need to do.
Right. I'll be right back.
One or the other. And if you're not going to do either, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, if we're going to build the way we built last year or the year before, then you need to go get an elite quarterback. Bottom line. I'm not going to argue this point with people about Tua till I'm dead. Okay?
Right.
That doesn't mean that I can't believe that Tua has could be enough above average in his ceiling that, building around him would produce a champion. Okay, fine. Conceding that point, when has our organization ever come through with that end of the freaking bargain?
Yeah. You might see it this season.
Until this offseason.
Right.
So it's not a backpedal on my part on Tua. I still expect everything I've said about him to change.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not
Hey,
trying to
Culler,
hate on the kid. I'm not trying
I
to
gotta
say
ask
none
you.
of that. You
I gotta
know?
ask you, bro. I gotta ask you. Did you watch have you watched the Dudley Durong breakdown with like 58 minutes? Have you watched that?
Of what? Of which breakdown of what?
Of every game, the Dolphins games.
For last year or the schedule?
Yeah, last year.
Oh no, I haven't gotten around to it.
You should watch it, bro. It's pretty eye opening. You know, the things Tua had to go through. I'm not changing your stance on it. You know, I know your stance is immovable.
Look, Q. I could do the same thing, to be honest with you. I honestly could fairly put together and say, look, this is great. This is great. This is great. If you go and look at chat logs and TD's chat from all season long, you can see me every week saying what I expect and why I think Tua is going to do this and that, plus 300 yards, couple touchdowns, whatever. And I pointed out reasons why, like because of the defense we were facing or whatever else. And every week that didn't come through for me. You see what I'm saying? But I kept with the benefit of the doubt. You see what I'm saying? Because it is what it is.
Yeah. After watching that video,
other reasons why all that didn't pan out, I'm willing to accept that. I'm glad our organization is finally built the way it is. And I can be adult enough to say that why wouldn't Tua improve?
After watching that video, Culler, I think I found out that, you know, Tua needs to work on, I think most importantly, his decision making. He has really poor decision making.
Yeah, that's one of the major things we've said all along, but that's been taken as an insult. You know, and it's fine. That can be changed. Yeah. That can be worked on.
Yeah.
You know, let's face it.
I got to talk to you about something, Culler. I got to talk to you about the Green Bay game.
I know that a lot of it had to do with the expectation of a 5th overall and all that. But that doesn't mean that he couldn't be that 5th overall. Maybe he just wasn't there at maturity yet.
I got to talk to you guys about that Green Bay game. You know, do you have a Dolphins losing that game, Nick and Culler?
That's actually we have us Dolphin fans have a little we have quite a bit respect for Aaron Rodgers. So a lot of us will say that if I was going to say we're going to lose a game, like if you told me we're only going to lose one this year, that's the game I'd probably pick.
Is that they come to us, right?
Yeah.
I could see us swinging that.
Oh, sure. Don't get me wrong. I'm not afraid of it. I think we certainly do have the capability, given execution, to wipe the floor with Green Bay. I'm just talking about on a subjective level as a fan and all that.
No doubt.
We give Green Bay that deference because of Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he comes in there, looks Dan Marino in the eye on the sideline, and then proceeds to emulate the clock play right in front of him.
God, I remember that game.
And that's when our defense was good. Like, that's our team was good that year, or relatively speaking. You know what I mean?
Q, I just now see the name. Steelers win week.
Just stirring up the pot.
Ice there. Hold on. Welcome, Ice Man. I didn't see you back there, buddy.
Hey, it's all good, Culler. What's up, everyone? What's up, chat? What's good, Q? What's good, what's good, everyone?
What's good, bro?
Just chilling, bro. Hey, I hear y'all about Tua right now. I hear you guys. Honestly, I honestly respect the fact that, what Culler's saying, with Tua, we got to see what he got to do. We can't just, go out there and throw. Well, we are going to throw him in the fire, throughout the tough teams that we are going to see in the schedule throughout week 1 through 4. That is going to be a tough one for him. But, I think we're going to beat the hell out of them. That's just me, though, because, we're the Dolphins. We're number 1.
I'll say right now, people know me on here. I'm a huge Tua guy, Tua near, and I'll embrace that. But when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, dude, I bleed aqua and orange. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And you got to be real about it. Yeah,
you got to.
Yeah, I'm a huge Tua stan too. And if it doesn't work out, well then guess what?
We got backup.
Doesn't work
out. We got a first round.
Right, but you got to admit, you don't want to get into a plane for a long trip without knowing what the flaws of the plane are.
Oh yeah,
That
true.
doesn't mean you're not willing to get in the plane and fly it and want to make that plane get over to the other side. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But you got to know where your flaws. So when they happen, you're ready to start bucketing the water out of it or whatever. You know I just switched to a boat, but you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, the one thing I didn't like about when they showed about Tua on I think it was Sports Illustrated or something like that. They made a comment about Tua throwing the under to Tyreek. They were saying like, "Oh, watch out!" Like that's not going to happen. Like it's not as good. It wasn't a good look. They're making it look like it was bad and all that. And I'm saying to myself, why they
see the new video?
much? Why they gotta attack him so much? Why?
Yeah.
Did you guys see the new video?
Yeah.
Yep, I saw it.
The new video tells a complete different story.
Of course it does.
I'm sorry, but
I don't understand why the Dolphins have to keep exacerbating this fight in the fan base.
Yeah, but
they could have put stuff like that out months ago if Tua really was able to throw the ball that way.
But that wasn't Tua. That wasn't the Dolphins that put out that video, though. It was Tyreek Hill that did it.
I know, and that's why I credited Tyreek Hill and said props to him for saying, you know what? Y'all don't know how to run things around here. And this is how it is to be a championship organization. You don't put that stuff out there about your quarterback.
You don't.
Yeah.
And even if you were like, if you played the game for a wide receiver perspective, like if I was catching that, which I played corner, I was actually a corner. So, but either way, for that throw right there was right on the money. Honestly, like he would catch that. Tyreek you've seen Patrick Mahomes sometimes throwing it like that to him, and Tyreek comes back 10 yards and catching and going doing his thing and getting jiggy.
I encourage you to go freeze frame it right as it's leaving his hand, and you can see the difference. Right there off of his hand, you can see the difference.
And Tua flick that ball, so it looked nice, but just give them time, like give them time to that's just
his wrist is curling over like it should. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's more of like a 10:45 motion now, getting a little closer to 11 o'clock like I like to see,
Yeah.
I mean, Tua has been through a lot of heat, honestly, ever since we drafted him. I just want, honestly, if through a football's perspective, like a football player, honestly, I just want him to get angry and just play angry. Just play angry. If
the plane has one flaw, I'm going Greyhound.
I'm telling you, bro, if Tua gets angry and he plays angry like he used to do in Alabama, that's it, man. We're going to be blessed. We will be blessed this upcoming season. But we've been going through hell for so long. So
I need Tua to play like an A-10 Warhog plane. That plane can drop bombs, and it doesn't matter if it has one wing. It's still fine.
Right, it could be falling apart. That thing's still gonna fly.
And that plane can quick fire as well, bro.
That's right.
You know why? Because just like the A-10 Warhog, that thing's got calves as big around as watermelons.
That's right. That's right, dude. I want to see him run, dude. I'm kind of excited for that.
No, I don't want to see him run too much.
You know what I got so happy about?
Question, Q. Your guys is whoever in whatever top sanctioning league you have for sumo wrestling, right? Or that type of wrestling, right? Whoever your champion is in your sanctioned league, I would like to see what the numbers would be if Tua faced him with them calves, bro. Like, how are they gonna get Tua out of the circle, bro?
I think you're misinformed, Culler. We don't have sumo wrestling down there.
No, you don't have a similar sport though?
No, we don't.
No, really?
There are Hawaiian sumo wrestlers, but it's not like an official sport.
It's a Japan. It's
not Polynesian.
Japan. Yeah,
Tokyo.
No,
it's a Japanese thing.
Go to Tokyo.
I thought they adopted it from the Polynesians. I didn't.
But you do have what's it called if you're champion? Yokozuna. You do have Yokozunas that are from Hawaii. You have Samoan Yokozuna.
I got you.
Yokozuna is meaning they're a champion. If you're
I just thought it was the other. I thought the adoption of the culture was the other way around in that regard. That's all. My mistake.
No worries.
Fan corrected. But still, put Tua in the sumo ring with any of their champions in Japan, bro. Look at them cats.
Well, let me tell you one thing. The one thing is going to go against Tua is his weight.
Right. But such a low center of gravity, though, man.
Q, do you follow? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was asking, do you follow high school football over there or no?
Oh yeah, man. I'm a big follower of Hawaii football.
Can you tell me if you know anything about this quarterback's name? It's Raiola. Do you know anything good about him?
Raiola, I heard about him. Raiola. If he's from, I think he's from what's his name? The same school Tua went to St. Louis.
Yeah, I think you're right. He my college team signed him as a commit. He's a 5-star QB, Dylan Raiola. I was wondering if you had any skinny on him, so that's why I was asking.
Nah, I don't know much about him, but I do know he came out of St. Louis.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Even Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson is a Hawaii QB.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Zach Wilson. His middle name is Ali, which means, well, men.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
What do you guys think about the Christmas game? I think that's pretty cool. We have not had that in a long time.
It's great, but my family will not let me go to that game, dude. I'm gonna have to sell my ticket.
We just played on the eve, didn't we? Yeah, because I got a photo of TD in a Santa uniform in the end zone from the I think it was the Jets game.
I would have rather have had it Thanksgiving because then I could have skipped out and still went to the game.
We play Detroit. We're gonna get the Detroit Thanksgiving game.
Who
is
us?
that? No, it's not Thanksgiving.
No. It's not.
No, it's early. It's
Oh,
earlier than that.
It'd be right around the Thanksgiving.
But you know what? The one I'm looking for.
You guys don't have Thanksgiving. It's just Christmas, I think.
You know who I'm looking forward to right now, though? Mr. Brian Flores. Come see us on Sunday Night Football. It's going to be a fun one.
They made that a Sunday night game. God,
it's going to be, I love it. And then Stephen Ross is going to be in the booth. He's going to be like, this is called revenge, motherfucker. This is what you get.
And they're also talking about making that week. They were talking about that week maybe being Fan Fest. That'll be a really good time to go.
Yeah, we got the.
Hey, you better get all your fans out there, bro. Get everybody out there. Because nobody travels like Steelers fans, bro.
Right, we go to Detroit.
Yellow and black and yellow.
No.
We go to Detroit right after that for the day before Halloween.
This is revenge year for us, Q. I'm sorry to say this, but this is revenge year. We've waited over 50 years for our ring.
I ain't gonna knock it, bro. I ain't gonna knock it. It's cool.
By the way, the Northeasterners got screwed in the first game. By the way,
I can't lie. The Steelers ran that. You guys run that North for a long time, for 20 years. That's respect to y'all. But now you gotta give a little respect. Once we whoop that ass, then you be like, I am giving you
guys respect, bro. 13-4. You guys gonna win the division. You guys gonna make it to the AFC playoffs.
I don't see us like that. I see us 11-6 at least because.
By the way, that is going to be the Packers on Christmas Day in Miami.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got us at 14-3.
We can win that.
Who the hell does we know what you got, Ali? We heard your backstage prediction, man.
Hey, it's still on the table. In
fairness, that was pre-schedule release, so I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, the Steelers got Miles Jack, right?
Miles Jack, Levi Wallace.
Oh, you lucky. I like him.
And we got Demonte Kazee from the Atlanta Falcons, who's a safety.
Oh shit! So y'all stacked. Okay, you guys are stacked. Good stuff.
Yeah, their D is crazy.
They still got no one to throw to.
I mean, the defense can.
Doesn't matter. Did you have Najee Harris? He's a freak.
He's a freak.
Yeah,
of nature.
I agree with that. But
Chase
who are you going to throw to?
Deontay Johnson.
Power run game and a defense. Ooh.
Yo, Ali, you gotta be.
They have Deontay Johnson.
Critical, bro.
Look at Ben Roethlisberger's rookie.
Be realistic, and I told you that's my realistic. I am being realistic. You guys address.
Think of it this way. Think about it this way. You guys had Ben Roethlisberger last year, right?
20 years.
Prior,
not the same. Not the same, Ben.
Prior to that, you guys went with Rudolph. I call him Crybaby.
He is a crybaby.
Got knocked out.
Rudolph, you guys had, and you guys couldn't do shit with him, right?
But still, the defense.
You think Trubinsky is just going to come in there and just take over, and it's going to be solve your problem?
It's going to be.
It's not going to happen that way.
Pickett, that kid Pickett.
Ali, we're going to be we've been consistent. We've had continuity for the last how many years, and we're gonna remain that way.
For over 20. I understand that, but the
We're gonna
NFL's
remain.
like
But I'm not knocking the Dolphins, bro. I'm not knocking the
but the
Dolphins. I'm just
NFL's
saying
like
it's
a
gonna be
roller coaster
competitive.
too. You feel
What
like
if Najee
Yeah,
Harris
yeah,
goes
some-
down?
you feel-
What if he goes down with an injury? What are you gonna do then?
No, we don't
No.
risk injury.
We're look.
I'm just playing. This is a playbook right from Q. That's the argument he was making. He's going.
Well, you say that about Najee.
Najee.
What if Hill goes down? Then what?
Okay, when was the last time he went down?
Yeah, but we can't go by.
What?
Exactly. That's my point. You can't go by injuries. I was making fun of what he mentioned earlier. Is really what I was doing.
Okay then.
So.
Well, they see, and my point would be, they have a great situation for young. If they do start picking,
Young quarterback.
you got the O line, you got the beast run game, and you got a hell of a defense.
If you guys go with Pickett as your
He's in a
starting
good
QB versus the
situation, like
Dolphins, I think it's too much of a hype game for him to actually play in. I
But
don't think that's the
Well,
game.
that's what you.
I'm
That's
gonna
what
go
you
with
think,
Q.
bro.
No, I'm gonna go with Q. I'm gonna give him respect because honestly, bro, the Steelers he has like he said, continuity. I can't even say the word. I've been smoking some loud pack over here, bro. I'm
You
sorry,
good, bro?
guys.
You.
But either way, yo, like the Steelers are family owned. I wish we had that because they care about a lot of their fans and they continuously win for long years, for 20 years. Now I know they're not going to be like, I know you guys are not going to run it for the next 20 years because you have Bengals and Ravens and all that. But honestly, I feel like they have the most consistency because.
But I don't want your life.
But I don't want your life.
Yo, Q, I got a question for you.
Go ahead, bro.
Kenny Pickett.
Speaking of family and how they influence people,
No, but Kenny Pickett is in a great situation. Though. You guys have a great defense
Right, but
and a
what's
great
up
O,
with
like you
him
were
and
saying, Nick.
the glove situation? He has small hands. He has to wear gloves or some shit. Is that true?
I'm not worried about
yes.
that.
Well, it's not because he has to. He just wants to because it's better grip for him, right?
How much
He
you
can
want to make
throw
a
with.
bet I can throw a football over the mountains?
Freak it.
But that's the situation right there. He just wants to play with him because he thinks he wants to have better grip, but he doesn't have to.
Do you think they'll allow him to wear that in Pittsburgh?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I mean, in the rainy games for
To be
Pittsburgh, he
honest,
can't wear that.
I know Roethlisberger would always wear one on like the left hand, but never the right, right? Or I can't.
Yeah. I think one on the right
both.
and the left.
He had both.
No, I think Nick is right, but he'll go without gloves too. Only in situational, games where he needs to have the glove. Then.
So what you guys cover tonight? I came in right at the Gasecki talk. I didn't catch the show beforehand. Culler.
It was basically just that and the the Gazeki talk
Really?
and the schedule.
But your boy Pickett is in the situation like Mac Jones. Just like Mac Jones stepped in with a great defense, same thing for you. That's what he's getting into.
That's what bugs me about, like, people will literally put Mac Jones above Tua. We got Mac Jones has the O line and the run game.
Way better things, yeah.
And
he had built, yeah.
All that shit matters.
He had a lot going for him too.
He has Bill, yeah. They established that team from a long time ago, so he came into a great situation. Same for the Steelers. They have a great situation for that young kid right now, so,
Yeah, Steelers always.
But now, hopefully, the Dolphins.
I'm saying 4 losses, guys. We got a smaller panel tonight, so I don't think I'm not gonna end it with this, but let's round about. I know kind of where Q stands on one of them at least, but I'm saying 4 losses. Tell me who those 4 teams I should put on my list as losses are. Go ahead, Q.
I'm gonna say the Bills. The Bengals week 1. I'm gonna say the Steelers. I'm gonna say the Bills the second time around, and I'm gonna say, wow. Do you guys have the schedule? I'm gonna say, you guys else have. Well, that's 3, but I don't know. Let me look at the schedule.
Tough, ain't it?
No, I don't have the schedule, Culler.
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
right. Well, we got the likes of the Bears, the Browns, the Lions, the Vikes, our division opponents, the Bengals. You already picked the Bengals, the Texans, the Niners, the Chargers,
Do we play Denver?
Packers. No, we don't play
No, I
Denver.
don't think so. Packers is a toss-up. You guys
Yeah.
can win that, but you guys can also lose that.
How about the Chargers
Yeah, it's a tough. Their
Bro,
defense.
it's gonna be a tough game.
That's tough.
in
Niggas, right,
LA?
it's gonna be a tough game.
Yeah, Chargers probably win that one.
Bro, I gotta see the schedule. Hold on, let me pull up
Because
the schedule.
that defense.
I might up it to man. I might up it. I might go with Ali on this 14-3, but I'm gonna stick with 13-4. So, Iceman, who do you think I should put as my 4 losses, man? Who do you see we losing to 4? I know you probably expect more losses, but just give me 4.
All right. So honestly, I think us seeing with the Packers, I think no, scratch that. We could win that one. I think we can lose to the one with the Bills. It's going to be a close one, though. It's not going to be a blowout. It's not going to be what has been happening for the past couple of years. So you can forget about that. We'll probably lose by a couple. That's 1. So that's Bills. We'll split that with them. 2, I'm also going to say the Patriots are going to get 1 from us. I know we think we're going to go 2-0 on them again, but honestly, we know how Bill is, and we know how this is going to go. So I'll say that, Patriots. So the division gets very tight there because then all 3 teams, Patriots, Dolphins, and Bills, each have like a win and loss against each other. So it's going to be very intriguing how we can see who's going to get that crown. You know how the NFL likes, it can always be competitive like that. So I'll say that. Patriots and Bills, that's 2. And then the third one I'm going to go with is I'm going to have to say the Bengals because we're going to see the Bengals in the playoffs again. And we're going to learn from that mistake of that loss. And then we're going to beat them in the playoffs because I can see that, honestly. That's how the NFL goes. I've seen that a long time. So it's revenge year for the Dolphins. We want that. We want to go against Zach Taylor and his team in the playoffs and show everyone that Tua Tagovailoa in this offense just did everything what he needed to do and more to shut up everyone, hopefully. That's what we want. And then that's your third loss against the Bengals in the regular season. And then your fourth one I'm going to go with is I know y'all going to be shocked, but maybe I'm going to go with week 4. Who do we play in week 4 again? I think it was the
Bengals.
No, not the Bengals. My bad. I meant Thursday Night Football, which is Bengals, right?
Yeah.
All right, and then we have the Steelers. Yeah, I see the Steelers as well kicking us. It's going to be a good one, but we're going to lose to Brian Flores and his defense, probably getting revenge on us in South Florida. Probably because he wants to get his revenge. Probably that's going to be a big storyline. And then after that, we also probably see the Steelers in the playoffs again because I do see the Steelers shockingly making the playoffs, shocking the world, making that Cinderella story thing going on. And it's revenge year. All the teams that we lost in the regular season, we'll see them once again in the playoffs, and we'll do revenge. We'll see the Steelers, we'll see the Bengals, we'll see whoever we need to see and take care of business.
Right on. So how about you, Nick? Who you got for four possible losses?
Yes, this is tough. I'll say we're gonna lose to the Chargers. I'll say. We're gonna split with the Bills. So there's 2. I'll say we'll lose to the Bengals, and then I'm gonna throw a wrench into it, and we're gonna drop that one game that we should have won, and we're gonna lose to the Lions.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
The Lions still have golf, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and I talked.
And they got a coach that believes in them.
Yeah, and
I like Dan
talked
Campbell.
a lot
I like
off
him.
Dan Campbell, but if there's a game that you might drop, we could possibly drop that one. So that's my
Sure.
4.
I could see that. So Ali, I know you only have 3, but tell us who the 3 are, and then tell me who number 4, who you're on the fence about that could be my number 4. Ali?
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. So the 3, I'll give you 4. There's a 4th that it's really a toss-up game, but I was leaning more on the win side of it. The Bengals, I think, will beat us in week 4. The San Francisco 49ers, I think, will beat us. I think we're going to win the Chargers game. So that's 2. The Bills will beat us in the away game. So that's 3. My toss-up game is actually the Ravens. I could see us winning or losing that game.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So I guess I'll go ahead and give you mine.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think we sweep the Bills.
Okay. I'm hearing that. Mhm.
I think we drop one to the Patriots.
I don't like that.
I think we drop one to the Jets.
I see us. The Jets could be a very tough one. Yeah,
That's 2.
they always have our number for some reason. They always have that. Yeah,
They haven't lately.
I know, but in the past when we used to
For
dominate.
my other 2, it's more likely to be the Bengals and the Lions.
Yeah,
Man, you guys giving Lions so
Tigers,
much
oh my.
credit.
Interesting.
dude, it's just one of them fluke games.
I just don't
One
think
trap
anybody
games.
should be sleeping on the Lions, especially the likes of us.
Mm.
Right. Exactly.
Could be a trap game. So
That's
It's what we do. It's what we do.
And you know what's crazy? Even those games that we think for sure we're going to lose, like the Bengals game, that could easily go the other way, and we could.
Yeah,
win
I'm actually on the fence of switching them with the Steelers. Like you know what I mean? Steelers, same thing. I don't discredit the things Q's have said tonight.
You do realize that Flores is not the defensive coordinator. He's not going to be calling the defensive plays, right?
It has nothing to do with Flores for me. It has more to do with the fact that the Steelers are always a tough out. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure because everyone's bringing up Flo, and I was thinking about it. I was like, he's just the linebackers coach.
They do have a great running game. They do, I actually think they should just go full boat with Pickett. I've never been a believer in Trubisky. I just honestly think if they really were going to hand the reins to Haskins, just put Pickett out there. I bet you'd be surprised. I really do.
I agree.
You might not be wrong, Culler. You might not be wrong.
And by the time we face them in week 7, if Pickett's already had 6 games under his belt, we might be looking at a better passing game.
But we got the Bengals week 1, so I don't know.
Look what wasn't it?
Your division is tough.
Roethlisberger's rookie year.
It is tough. Go ahead, Nick.
Roethlisberger's rookie year, the defense and that run game and shit. Roethlisberger really didn't do that much.
Too much, yeah.
And they were freaking killing.
I keep telling people about the 08 season. Roethlisberger in the 08, when we went to the championship, he sucked. The defense carried that team, and the wide receivers we had, because Roethlisberger, he has the tendency to throw those bogus throws he used to throw. They gave us a lot of interceptions. But that defense carried the team. But, we're talking about this season.
That year was Miami's last best chance that we had to actually go.
Yeah, how about
the Ravens destroyed us that year. I remember so well.
I hate the freaking Ravens ever since then.
I was getting
11-5 that year. And
I remember I bought my first Dolphins.
Hey, you know what, Nick? I hate the Ravens too.
Store.
Yeah. Miami has never beat the Ravens with Joe Flacco as quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Miami has never beat the Ravens with Ray Lewis and Ed Reed.
That's not true.
No.
The Greg Camarillo game, Ray Lewis and Ed Reed were still with them.
That's right. Our only game winner.
7,
Down the middle, Dante.
The walk-off touchdown for our only win that year.
It felt like we won the Super Bowl.
Oh, so you guys won that with Ed Reed and
yeah. That game where we won was our only win of the year.
You have
we
no
walked
idea.
it off with a Greg Camarillo touchdown.
He just caught that and he said
overtime.
That felt like the Super Bowl, like we won the Super Bowl. I was there. I was like, this is ridiculous.
It was
happening.
Man, I was tearing up. It was just like winning the Super Bowl.
It was bro.
Like,
all smiles. Everyone was looking at each other like, okay, we're not going to be with the Lions and the Browns.
I think you could actually respect what we're saying because
you
just don't want to be the Lions and the Browns. You never want to be in that group that went a whole season without winning.
We're the only team to go undefeated, so we don't want to be another team to join 2 other teams of losing.
I'm telling you.
You know
That
what
would have been
sucks
just
after
like,
that, too?
no, I can't accept that. That would have been the one thing that made me take these colors off.
But that was the day that I knew I was going to be like, okay, the day we win a Super Bowl, this is how it's going to feel, because that's exactly how it felt.
Oh,
I just believe in football too much to excuse that. There is absolutely no excuse for not winning 1 out of 16 games, man. I'm
And then-
sorry.
freaking Jason Taylor left, and then we go to the playoffs. He was probably like, really, guys?
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't he go to the Redskins before the Jets?
And
No,
to
he
have
went-
it against
Oh,
the
yeah, he did.
Ravens,
Yeah.
who during
Ravens.
that stint, like Q saying, there's a reason Q don't remember us beating Ray Lewis, because we generally never did, you know. So, you know, they frequently the Ravens would come down here, kick our ass, and then have a party because they're all from here.
Yeah, how
True.
about?
Oh, I hated that, man. I
McAllister.
absolutely
Oh, I hated
that, man.
McAllister.
That was
crap.
worse than losing to
When
them.
I was-
Knowing that former Hurricanes, who are our boys, are down here partying on our Dolphins' grave. You know
Yep.
what I mean? God, I hated that.
I hated it too. That was painful. But
It's like
at least I got
driving
to
a
see
stake
Ray
in
Lewis.
both my Hurricane and my Dolphin heart, man. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm not a.
It's like we were cheering for Ray, but then we were like, damn, Ray, why you gotta smack him out like that?
I'm not a
I
big.
mean,
college guy.
at least go up to like Port St. Lucie or something for your party, man. Come on.
Hey now, hey man, that's not cool. They can go to Fort Pierce.
Fort Pierce, there you go.
Fort Pierce or Jensen
So
Beach.
we'll just on up to Cape Canaveral. They can get on that little shuttle bus that takes them on off the planet. You know,
They could go to Jensen Beach by the bridge and they could just fish there and chill.
right?
Chill
Right.
there.
Yeah, that sucked, man. So when Camarillo walked that off, man, and there was no party going on that night in the 305 except on our side of the locker room. You know, that was great.
JP also got Defensive Player of the Year, but not that one.
Man.
I mean,
Ray
JT.
Lewis, gotta love him. So I guess we'll go final thoughts. It's only 1:30, but you know, I think everybody's exhausted, man. We don't have a big night tonight, so I think we've said we've provided cleanup enough on today's talk.
Yeah, you know, I think what it is, I think right after the schedule release, everybody went live. All
Yeah,
the channels went live.
that's why I went late, Q, because it's like, what's the point if everybody, you know, we'll just
TD
talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
what everybody's already talked about and get people's opinions that didn't get
Tony
a chance to speak.
Pepperoni.
You know? Figured as much, you know. That's why I also brought some other news because, hey, don't forget this happened today. What do y'all think about Jerry Jeudy, man?
Oh, getting arrested?
Man,
that
that's a loss.
Yeah,
That's a big loss.
I've heard some like big like different things. I heard like he got arrested for something that's kind of like a misdemeanor,
It is a
and
misdemeanor.
then I heard like he slashed someone's tires, and they're making more of a big deal than what it is.
Well,
was it an ex-girlfriend or something?
according to the report that I pulled up earlier,
Yeah.
it's for some it's really an obscure charge. Let me pull it up real quick again. It's for second-degree criminal tampering with a domestic violence enhancer.
The hell? What?
So I talked to somebody, and they said,
if let's say if he's got domestic problems with his old lady or something, and he might have slashed her tires.
Oh.
Or something stupid like that, you
How
know. Like if
polite.
he's talking about, reports of the tires or whatever.
How gentleman-like can he be? Wow.
It's like when you could throw a piece of gum at a moving vehicle in Florida, and you will get charged with felony throwing a deadly missile at a moving vehicle.
Wait, you're not serious, right?
I'm dead serious.
yeah, that's absolutely a thing.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
'Cause you
cannot
can, like,
throw
cause an
anything at a
accident.
moving vehicle. Anything.
Yeah, and the other thing is that they could actually have just used this charge for something bigger. We don't know. We don't know yet.
Sure.
I think the main thing is
we're all in the dark
I think
about
the
it.
main I think the main thing is he's going to be locked up until he sees a judge, and his case is pending. So pending cases, they take like months,
Weeks.
maybe months, bro. Especially with the COVID, because of the judge is not there.
Oh my God. That's gonna be tough.
He may go for a speedy just to find out what the NFL does about a misdemeanor right off the bat. They'll probably give him 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
NFL gonna give him
If he
suspension?
is
Or?
found guilty of a misdemeanor,
I think the most that they can give him is three games.
3 games. But for
That
a
makes sense.
misdemeanor like that, they probably give him 1 or 2. I don't think they throw the book at him.
So I was reading the bargaining agreement. There are some other factors that the NFL could use to suspend players for more than 3
I figured
games.
you'd find that, Ali.
Yeah, there are some.
That's a large document and all.
If they are able to argue that, like for example, we'll use Mr. Watson as a example. If they're able to argue that what happened, regardless of who's correct and who's not, damages the basically it damages the NFL in some way, they can increase that amount of games he's suspended. So there are loopholes around it, is basically what I'm saying.
Figured there was.
Yeah.
You're not going to tell me a guy can get convicted of, like third degree
Just
manslaughter or something, and get out of jail and only get
Aaron
3
Hernandez.
games suspension.
There's 2 things we have to remember here. Actually, it's the same thing. We can't say that he's guilty and we can't say he's innocent. All right. We just don't know, unfortunately. But what we can say, because of how many accusers there are, that something happened, and that that's what the NFL has to decide what to do with.
I think he's getting a suspension.
Well, I think he's getting a suspension for sure, but the question is how many games. Initially,
like
before
6.
I knew, well, see, that's what I thought initially, but I thought it maybe even be more. But then I was told that because he wasn't charged, the most that they can give him is 3 games. But why are they dragging feet on it, though? I kind of think they're trying to find a way to suspend him for more than 3 games.
By the way, everybody, welcome the great, awesome-looking pizza in his avatar, Tony Pepperoni, also known as Jordan. Since
I want to know where you get that pizza, man. That looks
How
so
you doing,
good.
Jordan? They've been running you off all the other panels tonight.
I'm just relaxing.
Right on.
Yep.
So continue, Ollie.
So anyway, I just feel like I think they're dragging feet. There's also somebody speculated that they may, because here's something to think about. Okay, so you guys know about the investigation they did with the Browns and the accusations by their former coach, right? And you know how they there's some damning things that were found that the Browns ownership has done.
Yeah, the
and
NFL
whatnot.
has come out and also reported by yours truly. The NFL has basically said there's a nothing burger there.
Yeah, so here's basically somebody brought this as a speculation, like a theory that it could be done. They know the Browns have already traded by this point for Deshaun Watson. What if the NFL, who already has enough black eyes, come to them and say, hey, do the NFL a favor, because the Browns have the right outside of the CBA to send him home, technically. You know what I mean? Send him home for however many games they agreed on, and we'll just make this other issue disappear. That could happen. That is a possibility. I'm not saying it did happen, but
it's actually more likely a possibility that's already happened. And that's where the protection in his contract has come for only losing $1 million his first year if that happens.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. I think the NFL has way too many black eyes, and they want to get rid of the black eyes as quickly as possible. I feel like the issue with Flo and that lawsuit, and then you have...
Well, especially as John Santos points out. I mean, yeah, I think you're onto something there, Ali.
Yeah, I mean that's something that someone brought up to me, and I was like, wow, that actually makes a lot of sense. If they were to do something, that maybe they're just waiting
And
for
it's only
the
gonna
timing to
continue. I mean,
announce that.
There's 1,500 players in the NFL. I mean, I don't know why everybody's so surprised. Again, I guess maybe it's because I'm so used to bringing the human from the human perspective for you all that it's like it's not really that big a deal. I mean, it is some of the things they're doing and getting in trouble over, but it's not as if it's like percentage wise, it's really not that prevalent. You don't have like every single player, like most of those 1,500 players are just going about their business and living righteous lives and doing the things we're all doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
It's a shame. So yeah, I can. The NFL is going to want to just sweep everything like they do, and I think that's what gets confused too a lot of the times as being nefarious or whatever. Can't really fault the NFL as a business for being that way. Every business is like that.
And then there's rumors about our.
Like I always say to the people, like two in ears, two of haters, whoever it is, people who don't want anybody to have their opinion or whatever. Our stadium fits almost 80,000 people. I venture to say only like half of those have ever come to YouTube. So there's way more eyes and ears involved when it comes to the decisions that our organization makes that have nothing to do with the things we're talking about. We have to remember that. So it's not like an odd thing to say. Some of the stuff we say here, people are like, whoa, that's a terrible take, or it's outrageous. Well, not really if you look at it from certain human perspectives. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's
it's just people being ignorant. You feel me? We all got opinions. We all got to respect it, but some of them just won't be like that. They just come in with their foolishness. But
exactly,
do it, Culler. He said the word. Do it.
I'm telling people like friends of my mom and friends of my own, like people that I know are lifelong Dolphin fans.
That's ignorant.
Like, hey, check this out. What's going on? We're bringing others in. We're not trying to take. We're bringing others in. I texted friends, all the time. Hey, what are you doing? Check this link out. I give everybody's out, but it's like there's a lot of people out there. A lot of us that need to be, that didn't know they had a place at 1:30 in the morning to come talk about the Fins.
Yep. I'm glad I found you guys, man.
I mean, look at you.
I'm really glad. Yeah, Culler.
Graces us with his presence. Of course, it's like, what is it, like sundown out there?
Yeah, it's 6:47 right now.
We appreciate the hell out of that, man. We really do.
I'm here more times than the Steelers dropped their schedule. They dropped a whole bunch of videos about it. I'm here, bro.
Right.
I went straight to the Dolphins, content
so who
creators.
You guys opening up with? You said, did you say the Bengals you're opening up with?
Bengals, bro. Bengals.
Well, that'll be a good one.
At Bengals.
Yeah, it's a hell of a game.
It's gonna be nice.
Yep, it's gonna be a tough game.
I think you could catch the Bengals sleeping for early season post Super Bowl lulls. I think you could catch them sleeping.
Make sure T. Higgins doesn't get away with sliding people's helmets away.
So cute. You're gonna start off 0-6 before you meet the Dolphins?
Not really. I haven't looked at the schedule, so
I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding. I don't even know.
I know. You've been coming at me the whole night, but it's cool, bro.
Come on, dude. Do understand it's friendly banter. That's all it is.
It is, bro. I know, bro. That's what I said. I know. I may sound like I'm trying to argue with you. It's just how just my voice. And
is a lot sometimes when the Steelers than it is.
That's what we do
from detractor to Tua lover. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier bantering with him about the Steelers.
Yeah, my family lives in Erie and Clarion, Pennsylvania, which is near Pittsburgh, and they're big time Steeler fans, and they always talk smack with me. So I always try to get back to this.
I'll tell you now, Ali. We're gonna be We're gonna be 5-1 when we see you guys.
Damn, that's strong. That's a
5-1. Who
strong
else
hold.
you got besides the Bengals? Who are your first four
Next
games?
is Patriots. Next is the Browns, which we swept last year. Next is the Jets. Done. Bills. We already beat them. And
Y'all really
then
think you can beat the Browns?
Bro, we
I
can beat the
see
Browns. That's in
5-1
week 3,
or
bro.
4-2 out
It
of
doesn't
that.
matter.
coming,
It doesn't.
dog.
It
They
doesn't.
coming.
It doesn't matter if they have Watson or not, bro. It's week 3. So
No,
Those
but I can
brownies are
see
coming,
5-1
dog.
or 4-2 out of that stretch. Sure.
yeah, 4-2 or 4-2. Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna act like a Jets fan. How
Oh,
dare you think
no.
you're gonna beat us? We got sauce. Don't you know? Sauce here. Sauce is
It's Zach
tiered.
Wilson.
Well,
And you
Q
got
Jansen.
Wilson.
So Q.
You
Question.
got
real
Michael
quick,
Carter.
and I plumb forgot it. Oh, when was the last time you guys started with a record like that? You're kind of like us. You guys have been starting slow.
2020. 2020.
Oh, was it 20? Was it that quick? That yeah.
11-0.
Oh, that's right.
Strong.
Oh, that was you guys were the worst playoff team though.
Yeah, and that's because of Big Ben. And I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not hating on Big Ben, because what was left of them wasn't much. But we
Yeah.
had to use them because that was all we had, right?
Yeah,
I
I would.
mean-
Yeah. That would have been like saying we shouldn't have started Marino for the Jags game. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I can actually remember that game. I was pretty young, but I remember it.
But if I
That was a
remember
bad
correctly,
game. That was a bad one.
if I remember correctly, we had come from the West Coast for that game on a short week.
Mm-hmm.
Can you believe that's how Marino retired, bro? I still think, when I think about it, I still want to. That pisses me off. Still, I still want
I
to beat the
know.
shit out of
Do you
the
know
Jaguars. for that.
last year between the Dolphins and the Steelers regarding offensive yards, there was only a difference of 142 yards.
Wow. Anybody
But
remember?
that
what
says a
year
lot.
was
That says a
real
lot
quick?
about the Miami Dolphins, bro.
No. That was the old Dolphins with an old G, all that
Hey,
good
anybody
stuff. Now we
remember what
different.
year
No,
that
no,
was?
we different.
The Jags year was that
my bad.
96?
What was that? Say that again.
It doesn't matter. They don't have it that far back anyway. Anybody remember what year that was? The 62-7 year.
9.
I think it was 96 or 7.
Wait, Marino's last year.
Yeah,
99.
99. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see if they have it. Yeah, they don't have it posted. I'd have to look deeper for it. I'm pretty sure we came from the West Coast back to Jacksonville to play that game.
Damn, well, aren't we gonna have a lot of that?
And it was like evident in the first quarter that we were a step behind. I mean, we were down 35-0 in the first quarter of the game.
Right after we lost to Jacksonville, the curse began of sucking for 22 years long. But that's over with. I'm telling you, that's over with. That's over with. That we didn't have no offense last year. They didn't care about Tua with the offensive line. Honestly, they took care of that. Now we're gonna show you guys what's up, man. We got Tyreek Hill. We got Cedric Wilson. You don't know about Cedric, but you're gonna find out. Y'all could sleep on us. You could keep disrespecting us. It's chilling until you see what's
Preceding
up.
game, we beat Seattle on the road in the dome.
Come on in, Colin. Hold on. Let me send you the link.
Oh, listen to this. It's on Pittsburgh Sports News.
Here you go,
It says
Q.
the
We
toughest
finally
test-
got you a worthy opponent, dude. He's coming in. Hold on. Let's see. if he
toughest
goes.
test. It says toughest test for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's not just the AFC playoff teams on the schedule. Pittsburgh has to play fringe contenders from last season in Indianapolis and Miami on the road. That's what's up, bro.
Indianapolis
Hey.
might be tough.
Color. You were right about the West Coast. They had to play the Seattle Seahawks, which we won 20-17.
Right.
It was the wild
I
card
believe
playoff game.
that
That's a
could
long
have
time
been
ago.
Seattle's last year in the AFC West.
Yeah, I think you're right.
By that time,
I mean, that's a long time ago.
So we'll
Marino's-
see, Q, if Colin comes up, man. He says he has to hop in. No way Steelers beat us, and no one's saying anything.
The
We
disrespect.
found you a worthy opponent if he comes up, man.
Who that?
That's Colin. Squid Games.
Oh, Colin. Oh, that's my boy.
Calling Avenue. He said no one talking.
Dude, Marino's knees look like watermelons.
Also known as Shuey.
Yep, Taito Bossa. A big fan of that dude.
Facts.
So we'll give Colin a little more time. And if not, we'll probably wrap it up here tonight. But great conversation. I'm glad you all turned out, man. It was kind of saturated tonight. I knew it would be like that, but we wanted to at least get something in the books from the Finns tailgate,
Of course. Thank you for having us. Of course, we love sliding and just talking Finns talk.
Yep, absolutely. I think Colin's going to back out on you, Q.
He's about to slice and dice.
It's okay. He doesn't need to. He's
about to slice and dice.
I found an entire article about why the Pittsburgh Steelers suck 2021.
Yeah.
That's the actual article.
Let me hear it.
This guy. You had it. You want to look for that, bro?
No, I'm gonna put it in private chat. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, I'll check it out.
He just Googled why the Steelers suck.
Yeah, it is the first thing that came up. Okay. I was trying to look for
find multiple articles on why the Miami Dolphins suck. So.
Oh, you probably could. Any team you could, bro, to be honest. I just thought it was funny, though. It was funny. So.
Here we go. Hold on, let's see here.
There's a picture. They're zooming in on Roethlisberger, and it says, "Cry, motherfucker, cry."
Oh, my God.
What year was that?
This is 2021. That's what it says.
Oh, okay.
Dude, that guy, they're stealing. Oh
It's
my
charging
God,
you?
Steelers.
What's it doing? Mine didn't do that.
Hold on, let me get there.
They made so much magic happen. I just didn't know how.
There we go.
There you go. Okay.
Who's it by? What's the?
It's some site called defector.com. I don't know.
Drew McCary is the author of the article. Drew McCary.
Man, that don't even save me, bro. I'm good, bro.
If you read some of the stuff, though, it's funny.
I mean, damn.
That's hilarious. Uh-oh. Welcome, Squid Games, a.k.a. Shuey, a.k.a. Colin, a.k.a. gonna tell Q why his Steelers are gonna get these.
Squid Game.
Tell me, bro. Go ahead.
What's up, fellas? First off, Fins
What's good?
I've been working late, so I haven't been on the shows. And plus, it's off season, so I try to focus on other things so the season comes faster. But first off, there's no way the Steelers are beating us. I mean, they couldn't even beat us in 2013 and 14 when we gave him the touchdown, but he stepped out of bounds.
Okay, that was then. This is now.
Plus, I mean, when it comes down to the Steelers, all you see is them dropping. Everyone hypes up the coach. That's it. That's all they have going for them. I mean, do they have a quarterback? No.
Incorrect. Again. Maus, I love you, bro. Incorrect. Try again,
I was about to
Maus.
say, first off, Q, you're my brother. First off.
I know, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. You Maus. That's what I say, Color. You didn't have to come up here, bro.
Crazy.
You didn't have to. You my bro, man.
I had to when I saw the name Steelers W. I said, "There's no way the Steelers are beating us. We're gonna win by 14. They're gonna have 2 turnovers because his hands are too small.
I'm not knocking that, bro.
He's gonna throw a pick.
I'm not knocking that, bro. I'm just saying, just tell me how you're gonna beat us, bro. But I'm not knocking. You might beat us
by scoring more points.
What do you think about that defense, though, Squid Games?
Steelers defense or our defense?
Steelers
defense.
I don't know
Dolphins.
too much about them. I know that they got Minka, so we're gonna turn up just for that fact.
Bro, okay, bro. I think you're misinformed, bro. I think you need, before we get this argument, you my bro. I think you got to be informed first, bro. We got Minka, we got Mouse Jack, we got Kazee from the Falcons. We got Devin Bush, we got Levi Wallace from the Bills. We got Ahkello Witherspoon last year. We got TJ Watt, Ahkello Witherspoon. That was the top cornerback for the Giants.
You got a bunch of poison in the locker room for coaches, man. Come on.
Right. Right, I hear you, but we have the most explosive player in the NFL. That's just the start, you know.
You got Joe
and then
Hayden, right?
once
Is
you
he
try to
still
cover
open?
But that's
him,
just
someone else
a
is gonna be open.
that's just a broad argument, bro. You gotta go down to the specifics on how you're gonna beat. I already
But
told
that's
Culler, I
the
already
best
told Ali.
argument.
Well, we're gonna force them to have to make Minka play a position that he doesn't want to play. That's number one. By sucking up the defense.
He's gonna have to play
And then we
linebacker.
go run him over.
Okay.
We go run him over like the Ravens did
Well,
to him when he was with us.
I'll be honest, Q. What I'm scared about is you guys probably will be able to stop our run, and yet we can't run. At least we don't know that. But.
That's what I'm saying. You guys might run, might be successful with the run.
That's what
but
I mean. We don't know
from what I've seen in the books with the front four, our front four, and we're having Tyson Alualu and Stephon Tuitt back, which shut down the Cleveland Browns, who were the number one rushing attack 2020. And we're gonna, that's what I'm saying.
Browns trash though.
The running game though, they were number one.
Bush.
He's still there, but now he got Miles Jack and our backups. We got Spillane who went hit up with what's the old dude name again? From the Tennessee Titans? King Henry, bro. King Henry.
Oh, King Henry.
Remember that one clip where our linebacker went head on with Henry? Henry, what's the name again? Derrick Henry. Y'all seen that clip?
Which one with Josh Norman?
No, when the linebacker went head on with Derrick Henry.
No, I didn't see it.
No, man. No.
Man, this person really hates
Atwater Henry.
Yeah. He stopped him at the goal line.
Damn.
And we got Joe Schober. No, I think we released Joe Schober. I'm not sure. We got Avery Williamson, who was on the Jets team.
Your linebackers are stacked. You have Pro Bowl Joe. Yeah. You guys.
Because that was the weakness last year. Our linebacker, we couldn't stop anything in the middle.
Now you have Miles Jack.
Like, despite what both of our schedules look like, sounds to me like that's going to be one of the more fun games. People are not thinking
it is.
Going to be as fun as it is, man.
It is, bro.
Dude, how the hell, Q, from say 05 clear to we'll say 2000, probably 10 or 11. How the hell did you guys keep that defense together? You guys were freaking insane.
I'm telling you.
Well, we had
Steelers have been that team throughout the years where they're never the number one defense. I mean, they have been, but they're never really the number one defense, but they're always number 4.
Yeah, and I'm like,
and it's that's tough to do. You know what I mean?
Culler.
There's only one other defense that I rank among us, and that's the Ravens in that time, the 2010s.
Culler, you want to know what's tough to do? It's tough to go undefeated, and we're talking about the Steelers here. When we have the team that went undefeated, and everyone sleeps on us. I'm just tired of
win 5 more and come talk to me, bro.
Let's run it back.
Win 5 more and come talk to me, bro.
11-7.
My brother, I love you. Win 5 more and come talk to me, bro.
Yeah, but see, the difference is
and run the division too, bro. Win 5 more and run the division.
Here's the difference, Q. Here's the difference.
Give me a few months.
If we get up to 5 wins, Super Bowl wins, right? That means that we're gonna be. Let's see. That means we would have been to the Super Bowl 8 times. Do you really want us getting up to 5?
No, we've been to Super Bowls more times. We've lost to the Raiders. We've lost to
right.
I think we've been to Super Bowls and we've lost games. The Green Bay Packers.
That's my point. If we get up to 5, all of a sudden we've got the appearances already to back it up. We've already got 5 appearances.
Culler.
Hey man, welcome to the top.
Culler.
You know what I'm saying?
We're the ones that created the top. What are you talking about? We're the ones that created the top.
What do you mean you guys created the top?
And ain't nobody else yet made it there. Not one.
Squid Games brought up. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Bears came close.
Patriots are on that level just below the top because they actually completed the same feat we did. They went 17-0, but they didn't
That's not
complete
the
a
same,
perfect
Culler.
season
Culler, that's not
in
the
their
same.
paradigm. So
Okay,
they
okay.
got a
Get it
level
through the
just
Super Bowl.
below us. They're like at our left-hand side up at the top.
Since we're
Hey.
talking about undefeated seasons, how many wins do we have to have in a row for you to say that an undefeated season is a possibility for the Dolphins this season?
We can do it
If it's a
again.
possibility for
Given that
any team, it's
undefeated
gotta be
means
the
20-0 now, I don't
If-
think
Four.
anybody can do it
If
ever
we go
again.
21-0.
Let's say we're
Let-
14-0. Could you say it's a possibility?
Yeah, but even if we do go 21-0, they're still not going to give us respect. Some fans are going to be like, "Oh yeah, but look at the roster, look at the schedule," and I'm gonna be like, "Really?
We're
Really?"
likely more, like
So,
I was
like, come on,
saying,
we
Ali,
still gonna
we're
kick
more
you.
likely to go 17-3, accomplishing that same feat than 20-0. You know what I mean?
I understand that. Really, it was okay.
Like we lose our first 3 ball games, then we go on a 17-0 run to win the Super Bowl.
Let me flip the script on you, okay? I'm not asking. I'm not saying is it for sure going to happen. That's not really what I'm asking. I'm just asking at what point can we all agree that it's a possibility?
It is.
It is.
Because right now everyone thinks it's crazy.
See, Ali, that's the thing. We're the Miami
Everything is
Dolphins.
possible.
We have already done it, which means
Yeah.
it is always a possibility.
And
Always.
plus, we honor the 50-year
It'll never
season
not
this
be
year.
a possibility for us again because we've already accomplished it.
That makes no sense, Culler.
How do you figure? You can't repeat.
You don't have the same team. You don't have the same coach.
You don't think that we have an absolute possibility to always repeat something you've done once already?
Every team has the possibility to go 17-0.
Sure, of course.
Every team.
I'm just saying.
But because you're saying you guys did it before,
came down and took that away, that possibility away from everybody, they couldn't take it from us because we've already done it.
I'm not arguing that.
Culler, isn't this the 50th anniversary of the undefeated season?
Yes, it is.
Imagine
It's
if
also
we
the
were
50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception.
For the reminder on the 13th episode of Color
I'm gonna be real with
Commentary.
you
I know
guys.
I've
Hold
stressed
up.
that
Whoever-
tonight, but
Someone's
it is
got
What's up,
some
Iceman?
episode. of Color
Whoever's going to
Commentary,
the stadium this year,
which
I'm gonna
to
be
me is more important than my 100th episode, if it ever comes. You know, if it ever fortunately comes. But yeah, remember this, ladies and gentlemen. It is the 13th episode of Color Commentary in tribute to the great
congrats, man.
Nick, is that you that has the feedback?
And that is
think
why
it is
I
Nick.
predict 13-4 record. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter
it's
who
Nick.
we lose to.
Okay.
okay.
Iceman, what you say?
I was
Oh,
saying
no,
that's also why I predicted a 13-4 record. Sorry, Iceman, go ahead.
No, man, you good, bro. It's your floor. It's your stage, man. I'm just honored to be here, bro. Straight up. No, I was gonna say, what's it called? We honoring the 50-year anniversary, and like I know we don't get a lot of, and this is real talk. We don't get a lot of respect still to this day from the 17-0 because a lot of people look at that roster and the schedule and they say, "Oh, but you guys had an easy schedule and you had this and that." And yeah, but each game, can we just remind ourselves? Every single NFL game is not guaranteed, and it's so tough to win just one at least. So the fact that we went 17-0 says it all. Like Don Shula
That's
said,
all that matters, bro.
But
barely passing over 2,000 yards if we even did.
yeah, and on top
That's
of
all
that,
that matters,
we had
bro.
3,000 rushes. Like we had not just 1, 2, but 3 running backs ran for over 1,000 rushing yards. We also led the league in everything in defense. We had they were called the no-name defense, thanks to Tom Landry and the Dallas Cowboys trying to try us and disrespect us because we lost to them in 1971 in the first Super Bowl, which was okay. That's perfectly fine. Then 72, we went undefeated, beat the Redskins, and then 73, we won another Super Bowl. So, and then we went to 74, we went to another Super Bowl, and then we lost that one. So we like,
and as I always point out, don't forget the human perspective. To go through a whole season of the NFL as professional men and not have something get in the way outside of, off the field or whatever. Somebody's wife having their baby at the wrong time or whatever it may be.
And this
so
is
many
we
things.
honor them.
It's like the Roman Empire. It's not a question to ask why it fell. It's a better question to ask, how did it last so long? Like there could have been one little instance throughout the 1,000 years of the Roman Empire that could have went the other way, and they never get past 200 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you got to look at it like that too. Like, how does somebody not lose a ball game in the NFL throughout a professional season?
Ali just posting, bro. I'm not even gonna read it, bro. Hey, but let me tell you something, Iceman. Let me tell you something, Iceman. I'm a football fan, bro.
I'm a diehard old classic. I like, bro.
Yeah. And for the Dolphins, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna know everything. The only thing I know is Don Shula 17-0, and people can dispute that, but the fact is, it's 17-0, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you.
And you guys on that mountain, you guys stand alone on that mountain, right? And I'm giving you guys props, man. That's major
we
props,
sing
bro.
it. We sing it in our stadium. We say Miami Dolphins. The chant. We sing it in our song. And this is why I keep saying to, like, and I agree with Culler and everyone. Like, honestly, bro, like, we can do it again. The reason why is because if we did it once, why not put it on 21-0? And this time, if we do go 21-0, which I really do, we can, because this is the year we honor them in Hard Rock Stadium, 50 years anniversary. And I feel like this 50th anniversary is going to mark a hard one because we haven't won a Super Bowl in over 50 years. So makes sense there as well. We've been to 5 Super Bowls. So there you go. There's a 5-5-5 difference there. So, like, I guess you can say, like, that's crazy numbers right there. And then we can go and go to our 6th Super Bowl right here and get our 3rd Super Bowl ring. Why not? To honor that team. The only way you can honor the greatest team single-handedly, number 1 voted, even when you go to NFL Films and you go and watch the highlights and everything like that, the first thing you see, the number 1 team, is the Miami Dolphins 72 undefeated season. Now, the Steelers are right there in top 5 as well in NFL Films because they had a greatest dynasty, one of the greatest dynasties, if not the best of all time, with the Patriots, running that back 3 straight and all that. Plus, you had a Killer Bees. You guys also had the Killer Bees, but we also had the Killer Bees as well for our linebackers in the 70s. So you guys had some history with us.
Real quick, guys. Jay, I know we went 14-0 in the season. We're talking about to complete a perfect season in that paradigm, you had to go 17-0. That's including the Super Bowl. And so it's sort of like the difference between, I was going to make this point earlier, even besides what you had said, but it's like a no-hitter compared to a perfect game. Yeah, a no-hitter is a great feat, but there's still a difference between that and a perfect game, which is no-hitter plus no whatever else plus no whatever else. You know what I mean? And going through it all. But like what the Patriots did would be what you consider a no-hitter. What we did would be a perfect game. So it doesn't. That's how you can compare paradigms, because in fairness, the Patriots accomplished the same thing we did. They won 17 games straight. But one of those 17 games we won was on the stage of the Super Bowl. And they, on the stage of the Super Bowl that year, their 18th game failed. So they did not complete they did not complete the same feat that we did, given the difference in paradigms.
That's
to me why it still stands to this day. I don't care what anybody says. You know what I mean? As far as it standing as an accomplishment at the top.
And I really get
you, the Steelers fan, for recognizing that. We all appreciate that.
And I get a bad taste also when a lot of fans keep saying that the Chicago 1985 Bears will probably arguably the greatest team of all time. And I stop and I say, look, how can that be? Did they go undefeated? And they said no.
Well,
but
in fairness, Iceman,
and I said,
in fairness, Don Shula considers the 73 team to be better than the
72. Yeah, I agree. I seen that. I heard him say that too. Yes, sir. He is. Yeah,
so it is possible to have a better team, but still not accomplish that feat. So what we're saying is best team in retrospect because of the accomplishment. Sort of like we say about Tom Brady. If you really look at him, he's not Dan Marino, but he's got how many Super Bowl rings? So his accomplishment allows us to go in retrospect and say he's the GOAT.
He's the greatest thrower I've ever seen. When I see him throw, I'm going to be real with you guys. When I saw him throw, he's a great thrower. But then Dan Marino has the greatest power. I mean, that arm is ridiculous. We all know Dan Marino's the greatest thrower of all time. But Tom is he's just a winner. He don't like
my
to
GOAT
lose.
is Manning, Peyton Manning.
That's Peyton. I mean, sure.
Peyton, yeah.
The way Peyton Manning, especially when he got to Denver, his first year in Denver, the way he'd go up to that line and command that offense was just nothing I've ever seen.
Especially same thing in Indianapolis too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He ran
it's
it before
literally
Brady
like
was there.
joysticking it. He's literally out there with a Madden control in his hand.
I'm not Peyton Manning.
Just how when you're playing Madden, even when you get good, even at the all Madden level of difficulty, you can get to this point where you can manipulate the hash mark with that defense and your formation and all that to where you're just owning the defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he could just identify the linebackers.
That dude understood the geometry of the game so perfectly. Had everybody right where they needed to be, called the right play, run or pass. Always had his team in the position to advance the ball. Just brilliance, man. You're right.
This dude was mentally gifted and physically gifted. He was fast too. He could run.
Eli was never like him, but Eli was just like him. He was a winner. He had a winning mentality as well, so we can't forget about Eli as well. If we talk about the Mannings, we got to put Eli as there. He's not at the top 5 of all time with Peyton and Tom, but he is a damn right quarterback that knows how to win.
Is this true?
Culler just realized.
I thought he played for FSU. I could be wrong about that. Maybe I'm being stereotypical. But I'd have to check that. That's interesting. If Wahoo McDaniel played for the Dolphins. That'd be interesting on a few levels. Like the last name, too. We're going to start calling Mike Wahoo.
Wasn't Wahoo McDaniel a professional wrestler?
Yeah. Yeah, he was WWF, I believe. He could have ran for both organizations.
Hey, yo, Q, you want to hear something crazy?
What's up, bro?
The Ravens are going to suck this year. I promise you that.
They are, bro. They are.
They're just going to do so bad, bro. I'm telling you.
I don't think their draft picks are going to help them early in the season. I don't think they're going to make a difference. They lost too much to contend with with a lot of talent that's in the AFC, the AFC in general.
I see the Bengals and you guys, the Steelers, going at it for it's going to be very competitive against you too.
It is going to be very competitive.
The Browns.
Hold on 1 second. Wahoo McDaniel played for the Dolphins from the 66 to the 68 season when he retired.
Sure did.
Yep.
Sure did. Look at that.
So
he was
the wrestler?
He was with the inaugural team.
The OG.
Yeah, he was with the OG team.
So he's an OG. Yeah, he's a original Miami Dolphin right there. Look at that.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for that, Zaydan. Appreciate that. Yeah, I know. There's so many. He's calling me out, and you're right. But now I do. And it's thanks to another Dolphin fan. I hope you're a Dolphin fan. I know a lot, but I never knew that. That's, man. Yeah. So much history. Even a 40-some-year-old Dolphin fan still misses something. There's so much history.
Who's the patriarch of the Miami Dolphins in history? Since its inception.
Are you saying who was our first head coach? Who was our first
patriarch? Patriarch. Who was the one?
Robbie, right?
You would owe it, to all.
I'd imagine it'd be Joe Robbie.
I'd be lying to you if I said I know who that is, but cool.
Joe Robbie, the original owner for the Dolphins.
Okay, the one. Okay.
But honestly, I think they should call the stadium Joe Robbie Stadium. That's just me, but I like the name now. Hard Rock.
Principal owner of the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, Joe Robbie. That's who I would say our patriarch is of all time.
Okay, that's what's up.
In other words, Q. He's our Lamar Hunt. You know what I mean?
He's the front. He's the one that brought the Dolphins to Miami.
And I think he also was integral in helping the whole thing with the AFL. NFL merger and all that.
Yes, sir. You are right. Yes, sir. He helped a lot of the rules and established what it is today. Yes, he helped a lot of that.
Never be in the NFC. I don't care what anybody says.
And then Schuler implemented a lot of those rules too. Once we got Schuler, he just helped tremendously as
Yeah,
as
because
well.
as
let's not forget the Roonies as far as
The
AFC.
Roonies, the Giants as well, the Giants family as well too. Yeah.
Yep.
Because as a misinformed non-Dolphins fan, I've always thought it was Don Shula because that's all I heard, right? Back then hearing Don Shula. So
No, we
it
had a
was good
great
to
owner.
All right, that's good. That's good. At least I know now.
Robbie, I wish Robbie's family stayed with us, but he then sold it to, I think it was Wayne Huizinga or someone else before
Wayne
Wayne.
Huizinga of Waste Management.
Yeah,
That's
Waste Management and Blockbuster.
and
Blockbuster? Yeah,
Blockbuster Video. Yep.
And then we got it to this man right here now, Stephen Ross. Hopefully the GOAT. Hopefully.
Yeah, our last donor queue was literally a garbage man.
Yeah.
There has been some rumors about our ownership flagging up, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought Stephen Ross was going to give it to what's his name? That guy under him.
Is it?
No, there's a
First
new
owner,
rumor now.
Our first head coach was George Wilson.
I got a question, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
The
true
QB
that
with his kid. And of course, the stadium was in fact called Joe Robbie Stadium. Even when I was first game I ever went to, it was still
we should
called
have
Joe Robbie.
stayed with it, that history, but they wanted to. I like the orange. Yeah, whatever. It is.
And there was nothing out there. There was like no Walmart across the street in Miami Gardens.
Now the Marlins Stadium is on it.
Yeah, the Marlins, they used to play in Joe Robbie. Yep.
Yeah.
That's why you'll see a lot of the Ricky Williams games. You'll see the baseball diamond.
Yep.
I thought that was the coolest thing.
I miss Ricky.
Those were the dark years for our field. No football fan wants their field half dirt and half grass for half.
All right, guys, I gotta head out.
Take it easy, Q. Appreciate you coming out.
All right,
yeah, brother.
Later,
all right,
Q.
man. Love y'all. Stay up, fins up.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, bye, y'all.
Now go wash that terrible towel. I had to jab him on the way out.
I just ordered toilet paper.
That's how I find out if you all go watch me in rerun. You know what I mean? He's gonna come at me tomorrow. Yeah, I heard what you said when I left.
I gotta get Q's address so I can send this order for him. It's a roll of toilet paper that says, "In case the Steelers play like shit."
Is it yellow?
I like.
Does it say terrible towel on it?
No, but the Steelers part is in yellow.
Isn't our new stadium built on a Florida Seminole burial ground?
That's what the rumor is.
Gosh, I hope that's not true.
That's what the rumor is.
That's crazy. I mean, I still can't believe Jerry Jeudy did that nonsense. I really can't believe that. Damn.
So I guess we'll do it differently than everybody else has all day.
Yeah.
Talking about our concerns about the schedule and all that. I want to know, first of all, we'll go with Nick. What's your most encouraging? What's your most what encourages you most about our schedule this year?
Well, that's actually a pretty good question. I'd probably say that if you look at the first 4 games that are, I guess you could say, the toughest part, you get that out of the way first, and you can go out and possibly prove, hey, we're a contender.
Yeah, it does seem to be easier, like as it goes along.
Right. So you come out those first 4 games and you make a statement. You know.
That's kind of what I was thinking, is that we're not going to see the typical 1-4. I have a feeling we're going to get actually off to a fast start.
Yeah,
because we're just going to we're fresh.
That
we're
motivation,
just bludgeon people. You know what I mean, with our offense.
Once we beat the Bengals, that's going to give us so much. Like if we really do beat the Bengals, right? That's going to bring so much motivation to those guys, but it's ridiculous. And then Tyreek and the boys and the veterans are going to be like, yeah, this is how it is. This is how winning is, you see? And then they're going to be like, yes, sir, we see y'all. Thank you for coming and sliding. we got some nice veterans that know how to win, that are used to winning. And these youngsters that we got that are studs, they're going to take the reins, they're going to learn from them, and they're going to say, all right, we're going to be running this for the next 10 to 15 years. We appreciate you guys teaching us the ropes. And this is how it is, man.
Yep, and I have a feeling that Tyreek alone is the type that would be like, make guys feel comfortable like they've been there before. Like, hey, just roll with me. Roll. This is how we're rolling.
Yep.
This is the mood. This is the feeling. This is the level of, of energy, that kind of thing, and just roll like we've been there before. You know,
big time.
Really encouraged by that. Is that your final thought, Iceman? Is that what you wanted to kind of say?
Yeah, that was it. And you just said it right off the bat for me too. So spot on right there.
Right on, right on. Well, how about you, Tyreek is my new PR manager.
Yeah, like I feel very confident we can definitely get off to a fast start. I contribute that to all of the personnel we're bringing in, and the personnel that are still coming that we haven't brought in yet, that are rumored. If they bring these people in, I think people are going to be shocked at first, but once they see how we start, they're gonna see what the whole big picture is.
Right on, right on.
You know, like I don't want to give out names because it's not really my room to tell, but we all know there's still some weapons that we are still looking at and possibly bringing in. And I know people are saying, well, we're so loaded on this thing. We may have a lot of people on the roster, but that doesn't mean they're going to stay on the roster.
Right,
You know what I mean? I still feel that there are players that we feel that are going to be on the roster, but they may not be on the final. You know, they may not make the final cut this summer.
Right.
You know, so we'll see what happens. I'm very confident we can definitely go 14-3, but we could very well go 13-4, like you said. If we're sitting 14-0, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to start pounding the table to go undefeated.
I'm going to be drunk as hell. You will
blame
never hear me from again because I passed away because I know we going undefeated. That's it.
I wouldn't blame you. And by the way, everybody, that statement had to have earned a like and a share. So go ahead and like and share this video. Subscribe if you haven't. It really helps us out a lot. Catch Tonk 7 with TMI Tuesdays at 9. I'll be co-hosting. We'll run an open mic after that, if barring any life issues. Catch me at 10 o'clock every Thursday night, like tonight, talking the same kind of stuff. I'll bring you some news, stuff like that. Make sure you hit up Fanatics. Use the link in the description below for officially licensed gear. We got our own stuff too. There's the lovely whoever she is showing off our ball cap, flip-flops, that kind of thing. If you're kind enough, feeling generous enough, $sign the Fins Tailgate at Cash App or the Fins Tailgate at Venmo, or throw us a super chat. We try to read them all. If I missed any tonight, I don't think I missed any tonight, so it's been a quiet night. So you got.
Oh, and don't forget our show Saturday.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you also got El Capitan every night. He kind of took the night off tonight, I think. Haven't really kind of lost track of him as the show was starting. So, but yeah. Also, Saturday night, you can catch the great Ali, newly joined member of the team, with his show Saturday. Have you come up with an actual title for your show?
Late Night Exhale.
Oh, that's right. Late Night Exhale. Because we inhale all day.
And all week.
All this nonsense all day. So everybody just breathe. Exhale. That's kind of what I think he's trying to go for there. I'll be co-hosting with him. It always helps have somebody to bounce stuff off. He'll bring some people up.
Yeah, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek of the show. Essentially, we're going to do things a little bit differently. Instead of bringing on a panel all at once, I'm going to bring people on individually, and they'll actually be able to speak and get their point across without interruption. But there's also going to be some other fun stuff we're going to do that I'm going to keep secret until we have the show, and I'm going to talk to Culler after the show.
Awesome. So. Well, we definitely look forward to that. Make sure you catch that right about 10 o'clock on Saturday, we're thinking?
Yeah, about 10 o'clock. That's correct.
Perfect. All righty, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all coming up tonight.
Hey, thank you for having us,
Nope. Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. Everybody, thank you so much for joining Color Commentary tonight. Mike on the mic's still on hold right now. We're getting a little more information coming in. Appreciate that, John Santos. I'd love to. They know where to find it. Just kidding. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of encouraged. I know I'm probably going to look at it deeper and find out why I just kind of spit out 13-4. Obviously, I could look deeper and maybe change some things, but suffice it to say, I don't think there should be any reason, given execution, why we should fear anybody on our schedule. Even the 4 losses I think we may get will be contentious. I'm just looking for respectability. That's all I've called for. That's all I've ever called for. I can handle losing when it's respectable, when the product is respectable, because that's when you know you're a contender. And that's all it's all it's about, is being a contender. So fins up, everybody. Gotta love our Dolphins, gotta love our future, paper or not. We're coming for you, Buffalo. We're coming. Mark my words. Everybody have a great night.